everyone, welcome to session 29 of Rise of the runelords. I'm Zero Enderborn, and we'll go down the good old introductions before we get everything started. Starting from the top. Eli, that's you.
Oh, thank you. I am Eli, and I will be playing Pontus, who has just now been turned into an orb, by which I mean that he is, using spheres of might and power now, so, the way he plays will have changed quite a bit.
I like to imagine
A
Pontus
big part,
being
a,
Pontus and Eli pushing him away to say mechanical things.
a big part of the changes will be the fact that he just got used as a straw for magical energy by eldritch abominations, and that changes a dude.
Yeah.
Sure it does. Next up on our list. For those who don't know, we're using the Discord order.
Yeah. The Discord order.
That would be you, Ellen.
Oh, that's
Discorder.
me. Sorry, I watched. I thought of a joke, but I'm okay. I don't have to say it. I'm stronger than the joke.
You are stronger than the joke, Ellen.
Very powerful, Ellen.
Cool. I am Ellen. I'm the GM. I run this game. This game that I run, and I just remembered yesterday or today, maybe that. Oh no, it was yesterday. That there is a whole part of a floor that you just fucking skipped, and that there's a person on that floor who can come back and bite you in the ass. But I am not quite sure if this person is going to. So yeah, I run most of the other characters, including villains.
You could say you're the band guy.
Burner. Insert Billy Eilish music here.
Insert funky tune.
Welcome to Rise of the runelords, the musical.
It was always Rise of the Runelords, the musical.
It always was.
This is true.
You cannot make me sing.
Oh, if you do not wish to sing, we can move along the Discord order.
Next person in line might be willing to sing. I don't know. What do you think, Cats?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want me to sing. My singing is paramount to torture. No, it's bad. It's bad. Don't make me do it.
Listen, it is completely voluntary. You're fine.
Hi, I'm Hada. I run the Sister channel. Go check that out. Where we do live shows. And I will be playing Yagodas. Who I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck he gets from this ritual, because he doesn't need damage, he doesn't need AC.
Man can just exist.
My gun's fine.
I'll get there eventually. I'll figure some shit out. But yeah, no, that's just me.
I believe next in the order is Muni.
Just 1 second. Can we go to Hatter? I'm just doing something real quick.
Yes.
Mooney. Or not Mooney. The Polaris.
Hello. It is me. I am Polaris. Or Polaris. I am the resident person who only knows enough about Pathfinder. Not really, though. I am playing Zek, local drow ASMR who probably shouldn't be here, and they sound like this kind of sometimes. My voice kind of goes all over the place because I have headphones and it's hard to hear my voice sometimes. And I will not be singing because I think I have a decent singing voice, but honestly, I prefer not to because I'll die of embarrassment.
I get that.
Mm. Hello, I am Mooney. I am your resident knows literally nothing about Pathfinder, and I will be playing Rhyme. Well, I could go and explain what Rhyme gets in this ritual, considering the fact that she made shit cold and changed the ritual, but you're gonna have to just watch and find out.
Ooh, suspenseful.
Yeah,
Observant viewers will be rewarded.
indeed.
Observant viewers will be rewarded. With all that done, hey Ellen, we keep bringing up this ritual, and I think it's a good segue to ask, what the hell happened last time?
Before we do
Oh.
that, Zero,
Yeah?
who are you playing?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I exist. Hey, I'm Zero
Yeah,
Underborn.
Discord
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, no, you gotta tell us about the local bird.
I'm a bird. I didn't. Hi, I'm Zero Underborn. I run this channel. You know me by now. I'm in everything. I play Freya, no last name given, the Paladin Oracle Fish Woman. I stabbed a ritual circle with the power of God and anime on my side. I don't know what I'm getting, but you know what? I'm cool. I also have a Patreon you can give me money at. I do drawing and stuff. Yeah. Now, with what I said a few seconds ago, hey Ellen, what the fuck happened last time?
What happened last time? Well, what happened last time was
I see. Very interesting.
that's up to you to show me.
Interesting maneuver.
Last time, we finished the fight by knocking the shit out of the let me just cut the names because I'm bad at Nualia and Rathasmus. We knocked them the fuck out. Me and Rhyme and Shalelu did the thing that we wanted to do and combo attacked
Hell
we
yeah.
we combo attacked Bruthasmus to death. He was bleeding out, and then Rhyme went and saved him.
Not of her own volition. She was told
Yeah,
to.
because she was told to not kill, because that might increase the speed of the ritual going on right now. Who was that one like guard? What was his name?
Auric.
But yeah,
Oric, the
Auric
normal human man.
died. Yes, Auric died because he tried to leave, and then Noalia was just like, haha, no, and stabbed him. So we basically had to drag Noalia and Bruthasmus out of the ritual circle. Then we decided to change the ritual. How did we change the ritual again? We changed the words "children of" some
Monstrous. Monstrous. Um, yeah. Monstrous children reborn or something.
mm. And we changed that to like monsoon children.
Monsoon's children.
Yeah. And then Rhyme
They
made
played
the
Scrabble.
ritual cold because we wanted more time to do the ritual, so she slowed it down with her ice magic. Then Freya stabbed the ritual spear after like a bunch of the words got changed to change more aspects of it. We all marked our places in the ritual. Yagadas did a lovely drawing of the whole party and then a second one of Rhyme and placed it in the center. And the ritual with the party, plus also Big Booby Wizard Lady, Lyra and the dead. I forgot his name again.
Or
The dead Auric. Begin the ritual, and that is where we left off. The only one who doesn't get knocked the fuck out from this ritual is Pontus. Please catch me up when and fill in anything that I've missed, because I've probably missed a lot.
I think you got basically everything.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone did a lot of wonderful things. Nobody did nothing. I wanted to make sure of that.
We did things. Just hands.
We
Things
did.
done.
Cool. Pontus.
Yes.
You standing here
In this mess.
in this mess,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else, it's hard to describe. It is hard to describe, but as you look around, as you look at Freya, she is out of the picture right now. How is Freya out of the picture?
How exactly do you mean?
She's going to be reborn for a day. She's going to be reborning for a day.
For a
What does that
day?
look like? Yeah.
Okay. Well, Freya looks to be almost like laying in a puddle of water and feathers that seems to be deeper than water should be in this small room. If you touch it, it feels like a puddle. But if Freya were to be pushed, she would almost sink. Like for her, it's vast and endless, but for you, it's just the surface.
Cool.
Damn.
Freya is not evaporating into the air and raining down over the course of the next day and reforming somewhere outside.
That's good. That's a legitimate worry.
Is that something that's happening?
No. Like I said, she's
No.
laying in a puddle.
Okay.
It
You
seems
can
like
go
the
as
raining
fantastical
already
as you
happened when lightning struck.
Okay. Pontus,
How's the
it's been like 10 minutes. You like getting done with your channeling. You got your vision back. You look over at Yagnes. And again, it's hard to describe. So Yagnes, what does it look like for you to get reborn over the course of a day?
Yagodas is looks like they are covered in rime, not the character, but the actual phenomenon of rime, which is the correlation of ice over a surface. And but whenever any light in this room bounces near him, have you ever been in like a room with like a rainbow sun catcher? And the light hits it just right and lights up the whole room with dots of rainbows.
I cannot say I have, but I can imagine it. It's like a disco ball.
Kinda, yeah. I'll see if I can find an image, but it's basically that. He's covered in rime, and whenever light touches him, it reflects rainbows. Off.
It's iridescent. That
Hold
is
on,
the term
I'll-
for that. Iridescent's a really cool term. Learn it. It's fun.
It's not iridescent. It's hold on. I'll try and find an image, but
Yubaba's sitting on my lap, so I may have some trouble touching my computer sometimes.
There.
That
I
is
tried
fair.
to coax my cat into coming towards me, and she just didn't have it. She was too busy trying to jump out the window.
Yubaba likes being around me. It's being touched she doesn't like. Ah, that is lovely.
Mm.
That looks
he
beautiful.
yeah, he's not changing color. Whenever light touches him, it refracts off onto the walls in a rainbow
Ooh,
pattern. And that's what he looks like.
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yep. That's it.
Okay. Um, and you look around some more. That you get a little blinded by the light. And you remember a song. But you come back to your senses, and you look over and you look at Rhyme, and Rhyme. How does Rhyme look as she's being reborn over the course of a day?
You can't see Ryan currently, because currently Ryan is encased in a massive crystal of ice, almost like a cocoon. You cannot see through this ice, but you can see a faint glowing coming out of it. Around
Mm,
the chrysalisks, there is different weather phenomenon happening. Some sides it's warm and arid, the other sides it is pouring with rain, the other sides it is snowing and hailing. And those are slowly turning around Rhyme in her chrysalis.
fantastic. Um, yeah. And you look again, and there's Zach. What does it look like for Zach to be reborn over the course of a day? Knowing full well that this is what was going to happen with the ritual as they figured out in the very last moment.
Yeah. I think the best example would be. I think the best example I could come up with is, you know, I think it's sort of like they're like there isn't any like cocoon or anything around them, but it's more like there's this sort of coalescing field of energy around their body as it's almost like a cocoon, similar though not nearly as solid as ice or entombed within something as strange as say our other ASMR, but rather it's more like I'm trying to find find the right words for it because I know there's like an image that I could probably show that could like fit it. But it's basically like this shimmering force field of magical energy around them as that's been covering them because most of the changes to Zek have not been physical, but rather spiritually speaking.
Mhm.
Most of the changes are interior rather than exterior. So nothing really has changed about their outward appearance. Not yet, but you did also say it was a new day, right, Ellen?
Well, this is 10 minutes. Pontus beginning to like end his part of the ritual about 10 minutes after it started. But we
I'm
can
mostly
describe
asking-
later on.
I guess does it count as a? I guess the question is: does it count as? Would you say it is the equivalent of a long rest? Because I want to do a funny
Yes.
thing. Excellent. In that case, guess what, everyone? I get to
Yes.
roll one of these again.
Ooh,
You-
lovely.
You can also roll your table.
Yeah, that was the table. Oh boy! Oh,
No, you
we
can
get to.
right click and random side.
Yeah. Oh boy. I need to remember which one that one is. I believe that one is the spiciest one. Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Hey everyone, it's time.
Oh,
Literally,
it's
it's
time.
time. Literally,
Here we go again.
About time.
It's time. It's time for this.
it's time for time.
It's time
Yeah.
for Zach to get an unreasonable amount of burn for re-rolling dice.
Listen, I listen. It's powerful. It's fine.
You cannot justify everything with power. That is how hubris comes upon you.
Listen, I'm prepared for this. I'm fine.
With
But,
hubris
yeah,
speak through
no.
your mouth.
Also, during the meanwhile, give me a moment. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
been-
It's bad.
The squirrel has been basically just curled on top of the cocoon. It's not
Mhm.
sleeping, it's just sort of watching out for anything.
Mhm.
There was a horrible metamorphosis that occurred that no one saw, thankfully, between the previous form of the horrible bug creature and this adorable squirrel creature. They might be the same creature, or they're different. No one knows.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be real. A weird mutated cross between adorable squirrel and the horrible bug thing is more terrifying than the horrible bug thing.
Yeah, I know, but it isn't the cross. It's just we don't know. But yeah, no, that's Zach's situation.
You don't know, and that's worse.
We don't know. We don't know if they're the same creature or different. It's just weird. But then there's one last person left, I believe.
Pontus himself.
Pontus. Speaking of time, Lyri is encased in magical spells. Wait. And
2 time
out
wizards
of
are
the
back to back.
out of the corner of your eye, you sometimes spot or like vaguely hear the casting of spells from maybe invisible sources. It seems like every now and then her situation changes, like she is being poked at or prodded at, and maybe her at one point she is receiving she's being hooked up to some sort of blood bag. Huh. Weird. Seems like she is in good care.
Blood bag, you say?
Do you want to go over and steal it?
Okay, hang on. Who? What is the situation here? Like, Lyri.
Lyri is
Okay.
suspended in magic. It seems like medical magic.
Okay.
Do you want to make a spellcraft check?
Not particularly, but I will anyway.
Okay. Seems like magic. Seems like she's being suspended in like medical magic. She seems fine.
How is elf friend and this dweeb looking?
Yeah. So Shalilu Shalilu is so you know elves,
Uh-huh.
and
I've heard of
how
them.
yeah, and how like they're weird. Shalilu is sleeping, but her
Mhm.
eyes are open, and they are rapidly. She's her whole body is like slowly adapting to different environments. Make me a knowledge local check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, am I even allowed to? I don't have any ranks in it.
Oh,
You're a bard.
it's
Oh,
weird.
shit, sorry.
Oh yeah. No,
Eli, you're a bard. Did you
Eli
get rid
traded
of
that
bardic
away.
knowledge?
I think
Yes.
so.
Ah, never mind then.
Wait, what is? Wait, okay. Anyway, yeah.
The 20 was an accidental click.
Okay. You didn't you're not quite sure. Maybe she's sick. Maybe that's normal for elves. She is like looks like she's looking like a snow elf. Maybe then she's looking like an elf adapted for different environments, and she's slowly like rather quickly changing between all these. Yeah. I don't know that she has much of a deal aside from this. Did she have like a basic deal? She was just kind of a marshal, right? Let me see. Does Shalino have a deal?
She was, in fact, just a marshal.
She is just a marshal. Yeah. So she's sleeping. She's also like standing up, her eyes wide open, changing colors. Yeah, she'll probably be fine. Oric, oh man, my man is going through some shit. Oric is having a rough time. Um, he is also asleep, but he is slowly he's slowly like it's like he is you know how he died, but he's slowly coming together again. But also he seems like he's having bad dreams. And
I mean, I would be too.
yeah, and like there's some real like the the way he looks changes, like he like maybe some of his dream is outside and he is very effective at emoting them, or like maybe you're literally seeing into his dreams, but he's reliving his life, like his life is flashing before his eyes, and he's not having a good time. All three of them are covered in like magical effects, like rhyme, like snow and cold and lightning and water. But yeah, the marshals aren't necessarily having such a magical looking thing as Lyri or the party.
Freya is the only one not in a freaking cocoon.
Yeah, well, except Shalilu and Orc.
Fair. Freya's
Pontus.
weird.
And then in the middle, Aurelium. Not only is she asleep, she
Shit,
is
hang on a minute. Continue,
okay.
but I gotta do a thing.
She is in a magical cocoon. There's some real real party effects going on here. She's being affected by everything that's happening here. She's in or extreme for some reason.
She's
She
getting
is,
crunk.
she's yeah, like she is in or extreme for some reason. She's surrounded by an ice shell that's more see-through. She's reflecting light. All that shit is happening and fading and changing, and major changes are happening. She is also, as you know, very old, and there might be a lot of wasted potential in there that is going to use now. Because she was locked in a little tiny place like that other guy for a long time, but she didn't learn how to store up infinite energy. So she's just being affected by her surroundings right now and living her dream.
She was locked in a box, and she decided not to get high the entire time.
Yeah. It also seems like there's a lot of wrath. There's a lot of wrath flowing away from her. And you have to manage that, Pontus. That's for you. That's the kind of shit
That's food.
you were pointing away.
So basically, Aurelian's wrath is being suctioned through Pontus.
Yeah, you're disposing of that. That's for you to dispose of.
I mean, I'm not the one disposing of it. I'm just
You're the conduit for disposing of it.
Okay, yeah, but it's my friends who are disposing.
Yeah, disposing. They are posing it somewhere. So yeah, that's the NPCs. Oh yeah, cat split in two. There's two cats now.
Great. Okay, quick question. What is MSB in the context of spheres?
Magic skill bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, like, half of my MSB would be half of my charisma mod, is that right?
Yes.
Or no?
Let me.
Oh no, actually, it's your level and casting class.
Oh, okay.
It's
then that
basically your caster level, effectively.
Yeah,
Okay, so I don't
but
have
not
to do
actually
any
your caster
complicated
level.
math for that.
You have to do complicated math for cast level. You don't have to for not your cast level.
But what? What?
Yeah. You're
Caster level is magic BAB now. Magic skill bonus
you're
is caster
mid-caster.
level.
Yeah, you're a mid-caster.
Oh, okay. So I take the midcaster, air quotes level as my as my MSB. Is that correct?
No, you take the mid-caster thing as your caster level, and the MSB is just your level in casting class.
Yeah, so caster level and class level are different. Like how you're level 4 as a class, right? You have 4 class levels, right?
Mhm.
That's that.
That's why I asked if the math was complicated.
The
And it's like, oh, it's just my level, right? And you said no.
No, you said if it was
MSB
just
is
your
not
charisma.
complicated.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, no, there you go. See, this is powerful. This is why communication's good. Go.
Okay. So, Pontus, this will become relevant in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Pontus does not look too much different. Not that there's anyone here to see them. They are wobbling on the balls of their feet, which had already become digitigrade, knees on backwards,
Mm-hmm.
and so that hasn't changed much. They now strangely seem to have quite a bit of body hair. They have green hair on their arms and their legs, which was not there before. And Pontus's body was always very thin and very long, but now all of their bones are visible. You can count their ribs, and their skin is clinging to their face. Their cheekbones are extremely visible beneath their eyes, which are still glowing bright white. And Pontus gags up another mouthful of pure white, wholly glowing liquid that falls onto onto their white shadow, and they wipe their mouth and open it to try and say something, but their stomach growls so loudly that not only can it be heard from their stomach, but some of the noise comes up from their mouth. Oh, God. And Pontus looks around and is going to walk over across the room to Auric.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And will lift him up. Is his body all in one piece?
But mostly, he like what is being repaired is a stab wound through his chest.
Okay. Then, is that stab wound bleeding?
Yes,
Pontus will lift this body
but
above
it's
his
also
head.
reverse bleeding.
The blood's coming back into it.
Yeah.
Alright, then Pontus will just crouch down over him, pick him partially up, and not to bite into him in a sexy way, but to pierce his artery in his neck with his teeth and slurp from it. And drink his blood. And yes, Mooney, Alpha. This will be the first blood food for Pontus for today.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he takes a -2 penalty to Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Pontus will then get up and stagger over to her. Is Shalelu. And is she in a cocoon?
No, she's just being like she's just standing up.
Then
Seems more alert
Pontus.
than
Shalelu or
anything
Leary?
else. Shalilu. Louis is floating. Imagine like a sci-fi like stand-up medical bed thing.
Mhm.
Louis is in, but it's magic.
Okay, which one's Shalelu and which one's Leary?
Shalilu's this girl. She's standing
Oh
up on her
shit.
legs.
Okay. Leary is Leary in a cocoon?
No, she's in a magic spell. She's in like 5 magic spells.
Can Pontus reach her?
Yeah.
Then Pontus will push through the magic and slurp blood from her as well. Pontus does all this, seeming like they're almost in a trance. Their body is being led by their desperate hunger. And do they get the blood?
Yeah.
From both of those?
Yep.
Fantastic.
You do, after a little while, you are kind of pushed away by a magical force. It's
Well,
like,
that's just fine. Pontus can't drink someone dry anyway.
yeah.
Pontus pulls back and he wipes under his chin again and looks at the mixture of glowing white liquid and red blood left on his arm. That's new. That's very new. I'll take some getting used to. Sorry, give me a second to drink a little.
Just drink a little blood.
Yeah.
Like Pontus.
Listen, he's like a real vampire bat now.
It's
He just takes it's like a real vampire bat where you bite and then you take a little sippy.
Mhm.
Like
Uh.
Pontus, we should all remember to hydrate.
Yes, hydrate or dihydrate. Pontus takes a look around and chuckles slightly and says, "Thanks for uh helping us out there, friends. All right then. Well, the snow it melts the soonest when the winds begin to sing, and the swallow skims without a thought as long as it is spring. But when the spring goes, winter blows, my lass, and you'll be fain for all your pride to follow me would cross the stormy main." I'll better clean this up. And Pontus will start this process by taking out an entertainer's outfit, balling it up, going over to the puddle of Freya, and just starting to mop it up.
Infinite water. You have an issue.
Damn it.
Your thing gets wet. It does not get mopped up.
You
There
you
we
like
go.
dip it in, you feel like you almost lose it.
You're all making this very difficult. I'll have you know.
The many cocoons around Pontus don't make a noise.
Right then. And Pontus, Pontus's stomach growls again, and he grumbles, and then crawls over back, and then moves over towards Brithasmus,
Mm-hmm.
and he slowly walks around him, taking a look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll notice if I do something to the likes of them. Or to Nualia. But what about you, buddy? You made a meat. And, what injury killed Brithasmus?
He's
not
alive.
dead.
Oh shit. Is
He's
he
barely
conscious?
alive, but he's alive.
Sorry, we purposely didn't kill him because killing him would set off the ritual early.
Right? Oh,
If you
well,
want
if
to
he's
plug him,
alive,
go fucking ahead. I don't care.
if he's alive, Pontus will, first of all, drink his blood.
That will kill him. You know that.
Oh, he's
That's
that
perfectly
close?
fine.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Not knowing Rhyme and Shilelu.
What about
They have
them?
beats. They have beats with this guy. You don't want to kill him.
They call
Take
I'll
that
dibs.
drink
son.
from If I'll drink from one of those he's already got, I don't need to know.
You could cure light wounds and then drink him.
Yeah, you could heal him and then drink him.
Well, I can't cure light wounds anymore, but let's see if I do have healing abilities.
Oh,
Did-
oh, did you not pick up healing abilities? Oh.
I'm gonna
What?
have some later, but
I should look at your fucking build. It might be great. It might not.
I don't care whether it's great or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I can't heal yet. When I get the
Mhm.
chance, I will get the ability to heal using darkness.
Mhm.
In a way.
Yeah.
And Pontus. Can Pontus suck blood from one of his many already perforated wounds?
Yeah, you can lick some blood off the floor.
Would that actually feed his bloodlust?
I mean, do you need more?
That's the thing. I don't need more, but I am allowed to cannot drain you may not drain the same creature a 48-hour first time each day blah 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 blah. Second time. Sorry. You may continue draining blood from creatures after removing this penalty, which reduces the penalty you would gain after your next rest at the same rate, but you may not reduce the penalty of any further days beyond your next rest. So I can get up to 4.
Yeah, no, you cannot do this to this guy without healing him. And the
Or
blood on the
killing
floor
him.
is not enough.
Could I drink it from him and kill him?
You could.
But people
Alright.
have dibs.
Out of character, would anyone mind if I did this?
Do what?
It's more to Shillelagh. Rhyme is fine because they got to do that cool combo attack sort of thing.
So,
yeah, it's fine. Shirley's an NPC. She won't be too upset about it.
I mean, it's okay if she's upset about it. It's okay if we make a new enemy, but Pontus isn't going to tell them.
Oh, she's not gonna become your enemy.
Uh,
With that. No.
Pontus is what I was actually asking with the sucking blood from wounds. Pontus is going to find one of the holes already in him and suck the blood from that.
Yeah, you do that.
There you go. Alright.
And
powerful.
does he have
bled
any
out.
like serious? Does he have any serious gashes in his body?
Yeah.
All right, then Pontus will cut some meat from one of them.
He has
Whoa.
a
And he'll,
massive stab wound from when a great sword got flung into him with an arrow, with a
Yeah.
bow.
yeah, nobody will notice. If he cuts some more from that,
Yeah.
and so he will, and
Mhm.
he will eat it.
Yeah.
Pontus does not need to eat the flesh of sentient beings, but he wants to. And impulse control is not his forte.
Nope.
So, Pontus has had some food for today, and that
Mhm.
means he gets 12 hours before he's hungry again.
Yeah.
And he's got 3 of 2 bloods.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, now what the fuck am I supposed to do?
He steps in the fram puddle a few times, like.
Yeah. Everyone's stuck here, because I'm not leaving without Freya. Hang on. Should have done this before. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, the only dead thing is this dog.
And
And also this
Rasmus.
guy who you died.
Mhm.
Be killed.
Cannot be killed. Can't believe
So,
it.
Ellen, I have an interesting
Actually,
question.
this guy is in the process of being resurrected.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's leave him alone. Let's give him his not dying time.
You see him go from dead to dying to alive, and it's a very weird experience.
Yeah.
You see someone
It's-
reverse
yeah.
die.
Oh yeah, I also realized the fact that Pontus would have seen the entity, the creature.
Mhm.
the squirrel bug to squirrel magic.
No, he wouldn't see the bug to squirrel. He'd just see the squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Just the normal squirrel.
Pontus consumes
Definitely.
eating squirrel.
Pontus tilts
Considers.
his head. Pontus tilts his head at it and says, "Nah, nah.
Well,
And what are
meat.
you supposed to be?"
The familiar tilts its head slightly. It does not have the ability to communicate, and thus only tilts its head at you, questioningly.
What is it with magic people and animals? I'm just not used to. Pontus swings his head and notices something for the first time. What the fuck? Pontus now has an anglerfish style dangling light from his forehead.
Yeah!
Pontus bats at
Love
it.
that.
What? What?
Yes, Pontus
What?
does.
Like a cat.
Yes. And it is in fact his what the hell is that thing called? Sorry, I'm looking. I have so much shit now.
Mood.
Uh it is his center of power.
Oh, that's clever.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's
He
a clever use of center of power.
mm-hmm. He tries to light it up, and he does light it up. It glows, but the way that it glows seems to obscure things more than make them brighter. At the very least, though, it makes him very obvious, because
Your fucking anglerfish thing changes color depending what magic you're using.
well, it does now.
Haha. That's funny.
Pontus runs his tongue over his teeth, and his gums have receded, so they look much bigger and sharper than they did before. And, well, I guess I'll better keep an eye on this. But, that don't mean I'll need to sit around with my thumb up my ass while I do it. Pontus will, do 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 do, use some of his key points to empty his body as his angle glows. His that's very funny, Mooney. His body slowly drains of color, and physically it stops looking solid and starts looking like it's made of seawater. And Pontus is going to do a quick perimeter check through the walls.
Cool. Yeah. Um, you you do a quick perimeter check.
Just
There's
having a
no-
look in all the surrounding rooms.
Yeah, there's not really any threats. Nothing on this floor was hidden that you didn't find. It's the giant crab.
Mm-hmm.
We can ignore
Did
it for
we
now.
did we promise anything to the crab or what?
We're gonna get a new
Um,
shell for that big fuck off helmet.
Yeah, that
Right.
helmet that looks like it's made of gold. Really
I
want
wonder.
a helmet that looks like it's made of gold.
Pontus goes back and starts poking at the people's cocoons to see if any of them could be turned into a crab shell.
It seems like none of them are like all of them are in use, and none of them. You don't know if any of them will stay around for long enough.
Hey Ellen,
Damn it.
I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Freya's unconscious and unavailable.
Yeah.
Is my friend also?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't horror movie unconscious body turns to look at Pontus.
No.
What about my cat?
Your cat is also in an ice cocoon.
Well, actually, my cat wasn't summoned because it
Oh, that's fair.
got blasted when I ran out of motes last session. So I guess if we're having a
No,
long
your
way,
cat
I
is
thought
in a
we'd had it
nice cocoon. Your cat is here.
Cool.
Yeah. Cat
Wait,
deserves
shit,
to
I
be
made the
here.
pun again. Ah!
Mooney has been iced.
Oh no.
Iced, baby.
Wow. Is Pontus the only one that's up right now, by the way?
Yeah,
Yes.
so I
For
think we should
24
time
hours.
skip. I think we should time skip, since I
We
can't
will.
actually mop up Freya and get moving. But
No.
once Pontus has finished his patrol, he will sit here,
Are
and begin
Noelia and
testing
the
his
other?
new.
Is Noelia tied up? Did we actually ever tie her up?
So Noale starts waking up after
You should maybe go tie her up.
5,
Oh, right.
6 hours, 8 hours. After 8 hours, Noale starts waking up.
Pontus
no,
will be.
but we haven't done
Pontus
that yet.
will be smart enough to tie her up and steal all her shit.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
And
You did it.
when she wakes up, actually, Pontus has been testing things, and she wakes up floating in a pool of darkness.
Fantastic.
I say darkness, but and I do mean a literal pool, like in the ground liquid pool.
Mhm.
The darkness, interestingly, is pure white, but it's still darkness,
Mhm.
and it's centered on one Pontus, who is treading water in it.
Mhm.
I'm able to do this because blah, 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 blah. Sorry, let me fucking find the thing. Still getting used to this. Because of this. Pontus will have done that as soon as she started waking up. Just to be a dick.
Yeah.
She sees
And he'll be keeping it
she's not
concentrated
part of the
upon.
ritual. Haha, get fucked.
And if she tries to figure out what the hell this is, you know what? I hadn't thought of that, but potentially yes. Potentially yes, Mooney.
Technically, you can freeze
And-
my light as well.
So you can just make space.
Yeah, awesome.
The void of space.
And for the record, if any of you were conscious right now, you'd realize that Pontus has turned his shadow into this darkness, which is why it's bright white and glowing in a way.
Cool.
And Pontus himself is looking quite a bit different as well. It's hard to
Mhm.
tell what's wrong with what there is with the rest of his body underneath the waves of darkness, but his hair and his beard have gotten longer and they're covering their face. Just a face covered in ragged seafoam green fur, and that's taken on some strangely goblinoid features with big, big teeth. And Pontus says, "Hello, love."
She's in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
She's yeah, because she was on ice that would have melted. Ha ha.
She is. You created an extra dimensional hole
Yep.
that she's inside, and she's not gonna be able to respond.
Why not? Her head's not underwater. Pontus hasn't done that.
Oh, isn't it 5 feet deep per cast level?
Yeah, Pontus has her tied to the surface or something,
Oh, okay, that's fine.
or he's given her floaties.
That's fair. Yeah, she looks at you.
Man, I'm
she goes
floating in
back
the
to sleep.
demon water. I got my floaties.
I was hoping I'd get more of a reaction from that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then Pontus will say, well, waste not, want not, and take a drink.
Okay.
Sippy.
Pontus drinks some blood from her.
Yeah.
And
What's that?
Pontus will just be guarding the others, generally.
Yeah.
Four out of 4.
Or 4 out of 2, rather, but still.
Well
But,
done.
you know, the blood thing.
The
Yep.
blood thing.
Get them
I
bloody.
mean, it's not necessarily a blood thing. It's just a thing, you know. Anyway.
Sadly, Pontus doesn't have the blood sphere yet.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Interesting.
I don't have any plans to get it at the very least.
Neat.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Combo move.
Yeah.
No, nothing but pure ice water in her veins.
Hell yeah. So yeah. So you do that. You just sit around for 24 hours.
More or less. Pontus will mostly be guarding the others. He'll take a few naps, get all his shit back, take a long rest, and he will make sure to eat.
Mm-hmm.
He will, if he thinks he can get away with it, he will rip some more flesh off of Barasmus and eat, because he knows that this
You
is
can.
because he knows that this isn't a chance he's gonna get again anytime soon.
No. It is not. And yeah,
But yeah,
you
he'll
can get
generally
away
just
with it.
he'll generally just be chilling. And should I act like I took another long rest?
What?
Since it's 24 hours, should I act like I took another long rest?
Another? You only get one.
Well, yes, but I mean you said to act like we took a long rest since the thing.
Oh no, you only get one long rest.
Okay. That's actually good for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. 24 hours pass. You're still in this dungeon.
Mhm.
Everyone else, you start coming back to life. What do you do? How does it look like? Let's go in Discord order,
Okay.
which means Hatter.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Like literally as I copy paste this to you.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Hey, I figured out what we're doing with the ritual.
I might redo this, but we'll find out.
Yagodas, the rime that has covered his body just
Oh, that's
slowly.
cool.
Thank you. Yes, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Slowly begins to crack as he begins to move, and he kind of sits up, looks around. Pontus, you're awake, right? And you're like, Yagodas, for all the weird shit that has happened, all he has is like a little weird like lightning bolt scar on the side of his head. And when he looks
Sorry.
when he looks around, the most striking thing is that his like solid orange golden eyes now have like this burnt umber snowflake pattern in them.
Ooh, beautiful. Pontus is. I'm gonna say Pontus, you actually caught him while he was napping, and when you make the sounds of starting to come conscious again, Pontus is like, wasn't sleeping. But more has changed with Pontus. Oh yes, zoom on the new Yagadas icon, please.
Yes.
Oh, that is lovely. Yagadas is so pretty.
Yes.
And you see that Pontus has changed quite a bit more than what I described before, because instead of looking like how I described before, he still does. He's still looking dangerously thin and somewhat dead. But he's also looking feral. He's looking somewhat like that
Spooky.
Barghast.
Ooh.
And I made a hero forge of this, but I have no idea how I could possibly show it in, the thing.
You could ask me to upload it before the
You
session.
you can put it in the chat, and I'll just open it up in the same, like, Google.
Oh, smart. Very smart. I will do that. And Pontus's whole body is now covered in fur. Bright seafoam green fur. And you see bits of that white magical liquid clinging to his cheeks and his nose, and especially to the fur around his hands and feet, still glowing just a little bit. And Pontus takes a look at you and says, "Ah, Brady, thank God someone else is awake. I was fucking dying."
Yaga just like kind of rolls his shoulders, looks around, looks at everyone else still like cocoon, quotes cocoon.
Mhm.
Now that's a weird sight.
Yeah, no shit. I suppose that since I didn't get any of the magic in me, I was just sort of being used like a funnel. I didn't get put in one of them's. Or maybe it's just because I've already come back from the dead. But I did learn some shit. And forget some other shit. Hoping to relearn that shit. But yeah, what the fuck happened to you in there?
I don't know. I don't know.
I wanted to see if I could move us to a nicer location, but I can't actually mop up Freya.
I've now that I feel different, but I don't know how.
Suppose we'll just have to figure it out then.
He like gets up, goes over to his bag, starts to rifle through it. How long have we been at?
Forever. I'm pretty sure it's been like a day and a night. There's only so long I can sit around playing with my prick. And I'm very fucking hungry.
I'll make he tosses you just a hunk of cheese.
Pontus tears into it, Pontus has
Look.
never been a polite eater, but there's an animalistic furor that
I mean-
fury. That's fervor. Fervor.
Fervor.
Sorry.
You said a very different word.
Yes, I am so sorry.
You're
I-
fine. It happens. It's fine.
Anyway, Pontus tears into it with a fervor that you've never seen before. And it's like it's as if he hasn't eaten for years. Oh,
Zach is like,
Zek is awakening.
Zach is awakening.
Yeah. Okay. We any order goes.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Zach is awakening.
As you Yagadas, as you toss the cheese to Pontus, you look over at the time squirrel as you know it, as you do not know its name, and you see it kind of look up, look at you, and look over at the direction Pontus went before it stands up, walks around in a circle on Zek's chest, and then the best way can be described as 3D animation, like PowerPoint presentation, just disappear from existence, kind of like a kind of way, and then you see Zek's body start to move around. oh goodness. Okay, I'm alive. That's good. Ow.
I mean,
How's-
I've been dead. It's not the worst.
Oh wow, that wasn't pleasant.
Spells begin popping off around Lyri as they fade away, and she's slowly sinks to the ground.
Yagadas, seeing this, grabs the book and it disappears in a bright
You have not
flash
had
of
time
ring.
to prepare for your morning spells.
I haven't.
You have
You
not.
have not.
All right, fine then, and we're gonna do this the hard way.
Pontus
Ever done your
will
trousers?
Pontus will get up and start looming over her, because I feel like it's safe to say Pontus is quite a bit taller than Lyri.
Yeah. And Lyri gets out of her like starts blinking and starts like rubbing her eyes and starts waking up. And you can see that and like you hear like verbal components going off, like, and she's not, but it sounds like her, maybe. Sounds like her, maybe. But
Okay.
verbal components are going off, and like you see like a shimmer come up around her mage armor clearly. You see like
She gets to use her spells right away.
you know what a time mage is for? Time magic.
Chronomancy,
I
the
imagine
most
she
powerful magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, she gets a mage armor. She gets like a environmental protection to make her not feel cold, stuff like that. And she wakes up and she looks around and she looks, and then she like, oh,
You're welcome.
holy fuck, you did it.
Yeah, we won. Screw you.
You made it work. Wow. Anyway, give me my book.
All
It
right.
weren't pleasant for the record.
No, that's...
Yagadas looks up from questioning over his bag, looks over at her. Yobo?
Yeah, my book.
We made
No. This is my book.
Excuse you. That's my book. It says my name on it.
Yeah, I found it weird that your name was on my book, but in my book.
She looks at you, Zach.
Yagadas, we had a deal.
Yeah,
Listen,
your deal points to two of them. Yeah, but my deal was for the book and your life, and you said no. This is my book.
Pontus will slouch over to Yagadas, and I'm gonna send you a thing, Hatter.
Yeah, guys, make me a will save. As she snaps her fingers.
Ellen, as she snaps her fingers, I would like to awaken next as something happens.
Fuck! Yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead,
28,
Freya.
motherfucker.
Freya's body that was laying in this large pool of water begins to sink until
Mhm.
she is just gone. And seconds later, as Lyri raises a hand to snap her fingers, an arm juts out of the water to grasp at her wrist, where there once were these shining white talons of the fingers are now almost like the entire hand is a translucent glass-like structure of white. It's translucent. You can it's almost strange as the entire rest of the body. It seems like it's mainly the hands drag itself out of this infinite abyss of water using Lyri as a staple point. And for a second, Lyri, you wonder if you're about to be dragged in.
Larry falls over and tries to rip her hand out, but
Hey,
she's not.
a fucking angelic merwoman,
Yeah.
demon crawls her way out of the water.
She is
it
not.
looks like the fucking ring, probably.
Not only can she not hold your weight, she is sinking. She's almost falling in. The only reason she's not falling in is because she's lying on the ground at this point.
Also, because there's not
Pontus-
actually the deep infinite abyss there.
Yeah.
Pontus grins massively and says, Freya!
As she pulls herself free, whipping her hair that seems to be wet. It seems the only other things that are affected by the glassness is the talons on her feet, and the entire end of her tail seems to be of this white, translucent substance.
Gorgeous.
She
Alright.
cracks her neck, gnashes her teeth, and eventually lets go of her wrist.
Always with the dramatic entrance, Freya.
Then Lyri snaps and says, "Fuck."
Yeah, how tall is this woman?
She's I don't know. She's 5'10".
Zek is
Okay,
gonna walk
so-
over.
Oh, okay, because Yagadas was about to start walking over too.
Yeah, no, don't worry. Listen,
Just moving over to Freya. Fuck this chick. He doesn't care.
here's
Thanks,
Lyra. Am I
Pontus.
allowed to call you by your first name? I'm going to be very
Yeah, you can do that.
okay. So here's the thing. We basically just gave you a boon of power. We gave you more than you asked
No,
for.
I did that. I was going to do that to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You sure were.
Mhm.
Anyway, Zek fucking backtalks it. Anywho, in the case of this, at this point, we've all been through quite a bit. We've all
Mhm.
been tired. We nearly
Yeah.
killed all of each other today, and I
Uh-huh.
think it'd be very reasonable if
Yeah.
we did the right thing.
Mm-hmm. And give
And
me my book back.
no,
No. No.
I want you. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I'm kind of
Mhm.
at my limit, and I'm trying to be nice here.
Mhm.
I was at my limit earlier at the door. Right now,
Mhm.
I'm sort of like a glass full of water that has
Uh-huh.
been just right at the edge.
Uh-huh. Well,
So I'm
not
going to give
only.
you one last thing. Leave with your boyfriend, or
Okay.
whatever he is, and
Excuse me.
Leave with Auric. I don't care. And we can all have a nice go. Because if you're going to lose, we look. Zach kind of like taps Nualia on the shoulder as she's tied up in rope. I know
For
it's really
Nualia also has that glowing white liquid clinging to like her hair.
at this point. You're no longer the bargainer. I'm the bargainer here.
But-
You don't have any position to say, and at this point, I'm very tired. So please just you can explore this place. You get some of the treasure. You don't need the book. You can replace the book.
That's my book. That was
Yes.
like the core of the entire deal.
The core of the deal was that you were allowed to live and allowed to look at this place, not the book.
Yagadas
I just
gently
saved your
places a
life.
hand on Enzek's shoulder.
Listen.
Pontus gives Yagadas a meaningful look.
Zach is gonna look over at Yagadas for a moment. I think the best way to describe Zach at the moment is this is different because usually Zach is kind of anxiety induced and peppy kind of sometimes. This is a very different form of Zach. This is a tired, please,
Tired college student?
just to be reasonable. Please.
I just saved your life.
You were helping set up the ritual. You were a neutral party, effectively. You said you were swinging on one side or the other. The ritual would have gone horribly wrong, and it would have gone to her exclusively if I hadn't diverted it. It would have blown you into pieces.
Yagadas,
This is true. Zach is not lying. It would have
Let's
blown
have a
her to
talk.
pieces. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Howard. Sorry.
Yagadas, you said this woman was 5'10"?
Yeah.
So he comes up to this woman at his full height, an imposing 5'8".
Mm-hmm.
It's manlet.
Pontus can offer the height.
120 pounds soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have his weapon. He has the book in one hand because he has the sense of if he doesn't have it on his person, she can just teleport it back to him, back
Mhm.
to her,
Yeah.
and he'll lose it. So
Mhm.
he has it in hand, and he comes up to her, and he just says, "Little lady, little parasite, making all your little noises, thinking you are too good. So full of yourself that you will not take a good deal when it presents itself. One of your people are dead. Two of them are unconscious. You could not stop us even then. What makes you think you can do it now?" Now I would like to roll intimidation.
Yeah, go ahead.
May Pontus roll to assist? Because intimidation is actually something that they're good at.
Yeah, there's also the fact that Pontus is standing right next to Yagadas.
Oh, jeez, you don't need to help.
Oh,
You
yeah,
need
that's
to
a
help.
critical.
Why the fuck
Man.
is it every time? You know what, Ellen? I think the bloodline I just gave Yagadas is perfect.
Okay, is it the destined bloodline? Is that the one?
No, it's the apotheosis bloodline. It is I am destined for great things. Whether or not I survive for those things is yet to be seen.
Mhm.
So I natural 20 to intimidate her.
Mhm.
Fuck you gonna do?
How does she respond? Oh, by the way, while I'm doing this, I'm like readjusting her hood and gently like scraping off any like dust or debris that's on her shoulders. You know, just being in her space.
your hands bounce off her mage armor.
No, that's fair. Oh, sorry. That's fair. I'm not like Like, that's fair. I'm just brushing off the mage armor then. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not attacking her. I'm just,
No.
being in her personal space a little too close for comfort.
Are you gonna go back on any other part of the deal?
No.
Okay.
Everything else is fine. I don't want any more conflict. It's over.
Didn't she not take the book part of the deal?
Oh, she took the book part of the deal.
So,
instead.
Yagodas's deal was, if you walk away now, I will give you back your book and your life, and you can just walk away. She said no, and then Enzek went, you can have everything that you want.
And the book.
Everything that you want.
And the book.
The wording was, you can have everything you want if
And
you
the
do
book.
not fuck with us. The book was... By that description, the book is part of that deal because it is something that she wants. But Yagodas is like, no, I gave you the chance to get the book. You said no. Your deal's with Enzek. I own the book right now. If Enzek owned the book, that's part of the deal with Enzek. I own the book now.
And
You
also
did
there's
not
the
take my
fact
deal.
there's also the fact that Zek said specifically not to fuck with us, and as soon as literally the book was not there, immediately tried to cast a spell on Yagatas to get it back. Didn't even wait, which is fucking with the deal. And the fact that Zek is like, yeah, no, the deal is still up. You lose the book though because you fucked with us, but you keep everything else.
Yagadas will say, just gently, like, not aggressively, but like gently turn her attention back to him because he's the one in her face right now. And he will say, you will get the book back when I am done with it. Be grateful that is what I'm giving you.
Fine. And she like turns around and Zach. She like turns, looks at the woman like, Zach, you can't. Wait, who has good sense motive? Oh, Ryan, you're awake. Shit.
Mooney just some beer.
Yeah, no, Ron was awake.
I have decent sense motive.
Yeah, anyone can roll a sense. No, you're walking away. You can't.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I can attempt one.
Yeah.
That's a number.
Anyone else do it? Freya is in an opportune position.
Oh man, I get to roll sense motive?
Yeah.
Sure.
Rolls a 20. No. I mean, that's better
enough.
than usual.
That's about right.
Unsurprising.
Yeah. Zach, you notice she is shaking out of fear.
Not.
Turns around. After she turns around.
Okay.
Yagadas
have
really
patience.
lock up here like, bitch, sit down or I'll end you.
Welcome back, Mooney. Also, your lady's awake, by the way. You could have woken up at any time. You can be...
You can
Sit your 5 copper ass down before I make change.
Alright.
What the fuck did you just say?
I don't think he actually said that.
I didn't say that in character. But there's like an intimidation quote. I don't know what it's from, but it says, "Sit your $5 ass down before I make change."
Yeah, that's the
But that
joke.
doesn't
How
make
is
sense
it
in this
dollar?
universe. Yeah, that doesn't make sense in this universe. So I said 5 copper piece.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is way more insulting, because you'd think you'd say like 5 gold piece or 5 silver piece, but no, fucking copper.
Yeah, copper.
Is the most used coin.
Listen, we said we give you the book back, but we didn't say under what conditions. You're going to get your book back. You'll be fine. Just be patient and you'll get everything you want. Got it?
Yep.
Patience is a virtue, and unfortunately speaking, you seem to be lacking. So give us some time. Any case, Freya, how you doing, by the way? You doing all right? You seemed quite
There-
frazzled.
There's one thing I would like to say to end off this thing because it's going to determine what Yagada's going to do next.
Yeah.
Larry,
What?
tea or coffee?
I feel well rested. Tea.
He will begin boiling water to make tea. And coffee, but for Larry tea.
Yes.
Freya does another crack of her shoulder, like just rolls it in a joint. She stands up to her more impressive 7 feet of height.
Any
Let me
case,
quickly look up to see if purified food and drink is a fucking wizard.
I have it.
It
Yeah.
almost certainly is, but she can watch.
Zach is going to start moving some of the unconscious
No, she doesn't
bodies
want to
out.
look at you. It is
Zach,
not a
Ooh.
wizard
Yeah.
spell.
Zach is gonna start dragging Berthasmus's body into the hallway over here.
Hey, Zach, make a
you
heal
avoid
check.
the trap that's right in front of you.
Hey, Freya.
What? Oh yeah, that.
Oh, real quick, Mooney's saying something?
Yeah.
Hey, Freya. You know that cracking of the neck you just did?
Yeah.
That was a lot louder than you thought it was going to be. That was a lot louder. Wait a
Tilts
minute,
her
that
head.
wasn't coming from you. That was coming from the cocoon. As more cracks start to form around the cocoon, as it shatters to pieces, the pieces of the cocoon begin to rotate faster and faster
Spin.
until Rhyme appears. And has she gotten taller? No. She's flying. Flying on wings that are previously dragon looking, but now look more angelic. Can we get a zoom in of the Rhyme's acting, please?
Good.
Woo!
I always imagine when people describe angelic wings to make them different than bird wings, is that they have those like long tesserae feathers at the bottom that make it almost look like a cloak or something fluttering behind them.
I mean, either that or you just cover them in fucking eyes.
Yeah, could we get a zoom in, please? Also,
Yes.
she has such nice long hair now.
Beautiful.
And she's just floating. She's just sort of vibing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Good morning, everyone.
Freya looks around. Good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Oh, Yagadas, are you making a cup of tea? I'd love some.
I'll be honest,
cool.
I'll be honest, I was open for more of the reaction.
Yeah, Pontus, I was gonna ask, why are you
Reminder.
fluffy?
Not entirely clear, but when I died and you brought me back to life with demon bullshit, you kinda all my parts weren't quite Pontus makes motions with his hand of them failing to grip each other. And when I had a whole bunch of magic running through me and go into my friends, everything sort of just, and Pontus will twist his hands so they grasp each other. So now I think I'm even more demon than I was, or devil, or what the fuck ever. And my friends taught me some new tricks, but I forgot a couple of my old ones.
Freya is slightly confused. She's like, friends earlier I thought was us. Wonder who Pontus is talking about.
Pontus can only know 4 moves at a time and moves must be forgotten.
Ha!
Freya could definitely have an idea.
Oh no,
'Cause, you
she
know.
doesn't remember any of that. Remember?
Oh, she doesn't remember when Pontus brought her to speak to his friends?
No, that's kind of a blank part in her brain. She just knows she fell unconscious at some point, and now she has legs.
Oh, I assumed that you remembered that part of it, but not what happened, because that's what's going on with Pontus. Pontus remembers none of the details, but remembers that bringing Freya to his friends was what had her metamorph into her full Asimar form.
She essentially remembers everything but the fucking abominations.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So she's still spiteful a little bit, but she doesn't know why.
Makes sense. Uh, yeah, Rhyme, Pontus is now somewhat close to you in body shape, but you're still Rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what Freya's
And
gonna do?
Pontus will. Oh, sorry, go on.
Freya's gonna. Is Shalelu woken up in Auric?
Yeah, Shalilo blinks and it's like, oh, good morning. Oh.
Good morning. Freya walks
Morning.
over, reaches down next to where Nualia is, and grips her sword, and just brings it up, slings it across her back. Thank you kindly, darling.
Zek is taking the Yeth Hound and putting it next to Prothasmus. And is going to write a quick note that says, please be patient.
Hey Zach, do you want to make that heal check to realize that he's dead?
What? Wait, is he
It
dead?
be that difficult.
Pontus may
Yeah.
have bitten him a few times.
Oh, Prothasmus is just dead?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You don't know Pontus did that, but you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I think Zek is going to, like, he isn't breathing, and clearly he was alive before. So Zek is going to make a heal to see what the fuck the source of his death is.
Notably, if I remember correctly,
I-
he was not part of the ritual when What's-Her-Face added people to the list.
Yeah, he was not specifically,
So-
which is interesting. So she was planning on fucking him
No,
over. I think.
he was part of the ritual.
Oh,
in
okay.
the
Oh,
beginning.
was it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you took him out of it.
Yeah.
We tied up the Asimo, the not Asimo, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
tied up
she's
Nualia.
tied up.
Nualia is in big, solid ass ropes. We're fine.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's.
She's also in the light shadow dimension.
That's.
No, Pontus could only keep that up for a few minutes.
Okay.
This bite was made by a medium creature,
Mhm.
not the Yeth Hound, and you can think of 2 people who could do this, and it's not your familiar, and it's not Rhyme, and it's not Shalelu. It could be Pontus or Freya.
I don't think Freya would do that. Freya would not do that.
Freya, big shark smile. Big shark smile.
Sure, man.
So
I mean, you're pretty sure Freya would kill someone, but maybe
Freya
not
would
Alpha.
maybe kill him, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she's too good. I mean, either way, I don't
She
think
wouldn't
Zek's thinking
bite
too
him
hard.
at the very least.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she'd like stab him. These are bites, so that's kind of weird. That's not her style.
so you can Pontus didn't leave new bite marks for the record. Remember, he sucked the blood from an existing wound.
Oh shit!
yeah.
I don't
Oh.
like
Yes,
him still
but-
figuring out that someone did something.
Yeah, no,
and
I
having
think
an inkling.
Okay.
Yeah, they can know it was Pontus or have an inkling.
a noticeable lack of blood. That's the answer.
Noticeable lack of blood, some flesh missing, Hmm. Uh, Pontus smells slightly like Prophasmus.
Someone bit him and exsanguinated him.
Hello, everyone. I've been moving the body of our currently now dead enemy. I did not. I think he might have been killed by something else, but at the current moment, I want to get out of this room. It's too tight, and I don't like being in there anymore.
Oh,
Zach,
Yeah,
when you
sorry.
realize, oh, sorry, go on.
I'm sorry, go on. Sorry about
No,
that. Phasmus bled to death, and, you should know I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, my apologies. I thought I attended to his wounds well. Oh,
Zach
no
is gonna.
skin of my.
I don't think anyone cares.
I mean, yeah.
Galelu probably cares.
I don't know if that's enough to beat your bluff. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh shit, I should actually roll bluff, thank you.
Yes, because there's a thing. Listen, Zach's like, you know, I want
Let's
to
trust.
see. I don't think. Yeah, no. Zach is like, yeah, no, yeah, perfectly reasonable. That's fair. Like, there's a lot going on. We don't know what fucking happened. All right.
Yep, that's Pontus. Pontus is trustworthy.
The
at least
funny,
I got to bring him to justice.
We need to. I think we need.
Eventually,
Let's.
Yeah, you and I did.
Also, by the way, can we clear away all the circles in the fucking magic circle and the sparkles because it's so much to look at?
Nope. It's just
Oh.
like that now.
Oh. Okay.
Room sucks to look at now.
This lives
Okay.
here.
There's glitter everywhere.
also, you all begin to realize before this ritual, it was cold. Being around Rhyme was always very cold, but now it's perfectly warm, perfectly fine. It's like you don't feel the cold that's clearly around Rhyme still.
Larry, you're fucking freezing.
Oh no! Everyone who was in this ritual is perfectly fine.
Oh, damn. Nualia, who is still not wearing a shirt, is freezing.
Yagadas was straight up gonna like, I'm gonna go buy some fur outfits, some winter outfits if I'm gonna keep hanging out with you. But he's like, yeah, all right.
Other day, it's so chilly anymore.
Making fun of me.
No.
You look
I'm glad
around the
our shirt was
room.
mighty number is not cold anymore.
Do you want to look around the room to see if there's things you missed?
Sure. I'll make
Probably
a
a good idea. We
perception
didn't actually
check.
get a chance to.
What?
Freyha will make a perception check. Hey, twinsies!
Yeah. You find paper everywhere. Well done.
Pontus, I found paper.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I found paper.
Huh. With how wet the ground was, I would have thought that would have melted.
Zach is going to check Nualia's body to see what valuables she has because she's still alive. But fucking, why not? I'll check to see what she has in her person.
We loot her and get all the stuff on the loot list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get all the stuff on the loot list.
Right.
Pontus has kindly put the stuff on the side.
I'm going to try and see if I can identify the medallion, the one thingy.
Yeah. Give me a spellcraft check.
Alright. Spellcraft time.
Mm-hmm.
Freya's
No.
got yet another new demonic sword.
Okay, what happens on a critical failure?
I
Not
probably
on a
misidentify what it
critical,
is.
no.
I think I could use warp time. It'd be funny.
No, there's no such thing as critical failures in skill checks.
Yeah, that's fair. I could warp time.
It's up to you. Are you willing to take a burn for this normal magic item?
Yes. Anyways. I'm
Okay, go
re-rolling.
off, I guess.
I don't care. Listen.
You already had a burn. You don't have any burns, so you would just have 4.
Yeah, I would just have 4. Yeah, this is true.
Do we have the... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do we
If
have
it
the
would move
coral
your yellow
encrusted
dots.
ancient helm, or is that still on the thing?
That's on
Nope,
the
Still
crab.
on,
still on the crab.
that's on the crab.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
We need to
'Cause
get
if-
a replacement.
If we had it, Pontus would be wearing it.
It is the
Complete
size of your
opposite
body.
end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Pontus would be wearing it.
You briefly glimpse one future in which you fail, and then you go back to the future where you succeed, and Nualia just Luri just steps over in that first future, and she is stepped over in the current future, and you can tell she's looking at you like what.
Another
Time
one.
wizard bullshit.
What?
Zach looks at her, and there is a look of recognition, and Zach at first looks freaked out, but then just gives a smile, looks at it when looking at her, and says,
She smiles back and she nods. She's like,
she doesn't, he doesn't, okay, excuse me, they don't say fucking anything.
No.
Then of course, why would they say anything? They don't need to.
yeah.
Freya sits here with this
She's-
dumb smile, holding up some wet pieces of paper. I found paper.
She smiles back, nods, and just you can tell she's gained respect for you.
Yeah, guess what? I'm a time wizard too, motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck mother and time wizard.
Any case, yeah, wisdom immediately.
So yeah, this is
I'm also going to be taking her notes and her journals. I don't care.
this is
Wow,
the
it's a funny alien. I can literally freeze time. I mean, can you? Listen, you
there it
can try.
is. Bo.
Oh, fucking hell, that's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Oh. No. Close that immediately.
Okay.
Goodbye. I didn't read it.
Nope. Everyone close that.
The funny
You have
thing
no
is,
access to this.
no, that's fair. The funny thing is, I already knew what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had it, but I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember everything it does. I just remember the like proxy thing.
I
that
don't
it can
know
do.
why the fuck they didn't put this in GM notes, but I'm gonna fucking edit this shit and put most of the spoiler shit in GM notes.
Well, good thing it wasn't on camera for too long. Cough.
It wasn't.
It's fine.
Don't
Do
worry
not
about
look it up, Chris.
I didn't look at it.
I cannot believe they put spoiler shit. Just put all the lore behind this item in the item description instead of letting me explain the fucking lore. Thank you.
Thanks, Paizo.
Thanks, Paizo.
Nice. Let me.
The funny medallion.
A fun medallion. I'm sure nothing was almost spoiled by the writers of this adventure.
Sure, this whole adventure wasn't just spoiled on this.
I didn't read nothing.
There you go. Now I should
There you
have a
go.
much shorter description.
It has all of the things from the previous time. No.
It has like a very short description, right?
I mean, you should be able to see it on your end as well.
Yeah, hold on, didn't fucking.
I'm going to screenshot what I can see on my end and see if that's the
thank you.
correct thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Because this will be helpful to see if you did it right.
Oh no! I straight up Kozog. I see the name Kozog. I see that. I stopped reading.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Why
I can
the fuck can you see that?
Yeah, I don't.
Well-
I stopped reading.
Yeah.
Don't
okay.
worry.
Nope. You don't get to look at this.
Just send what it
Fucking hell.
does in like chat.
Yeah, just say
So,
what it
I-
does.
Like I as a meta knowledge knew like the mechanics of what it did, but only the scrying part. I didn't know anything else.
You're not supposed to.
I think I remember it because I was looking through wondrous items and this one popped up.
Shh, Hannah. Nobody else knows. There we go.
Yeah, but they don't know like in what context what that is.
Why the fuck did it not save my fucking changes? I'm a little upset about that.
Ellen is furious. Ellen is
I'm
furious.
furious. Is there not a fucking clear version of this? I'm damn rude of the people who made this Roll 20 to not give me a player version of this item. There we go. That's the item.
Very good. Thank you, Ellen.
I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
I don't need it. I don't need the bonuses to saves.
It's
Hey, does somebody want a
good.
bonus to all saving throws that isn't me or Hatter? He's got the worst saving throws.
Someone want to cast Force Life for free as
Uh,
a free action once per day?
Pontus has some pretty shit saves.
What are your saves?
Doo-doo-ba-ba-ba. Sorry, I'm failing to
554.
yes, 554, but with a note that Pontus has 2 - 2 versus mind affecting.
Oh, you're no longer fatigued.
Oh,
You
good.
slept.
Okay. Thank you.
5, 7, 8.
5, 7, 8. Polaris, what do you have?
I have a +7 for +6 reflex and a +5 will.
I think this
So
is
yeah, it's
best on
looking like
Pontus.
Pontus has.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Pontus-
looking like Pontus has the shittiest saves.
I have
Yeah.
I have 11, 5, 8.
7, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah,
Well,
Pontus.
Paladin,
I'm a
man.
paladin.
Paladin. Yeah, Paladin's great. And when I level, that's like not immediately, but as I level, that's gonna get higher because my charisma might go up.
Zach is
Pontus.
going to take a look at this.
Pontus sucking fucks.
Is that your final answer, Eli?
Yeah. Shut up.
Sucking fucks. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just messing around. Oh, this is a pretty nice thing. I don't know if you want to go walking around. Anybody wants to go walking around with this though. This has the 7-pointed star on it. So unless you
Exactly.
want people.
You probably
Hated.
wanted for the Force Life, right?
I mean, I think Zekut would want it for historical knowledge because it's kind of important. But I think I can hand it over. I think Zek would kind of look at it, understanding what it can do, and I think anybody can take this. I'm not. I'm interested in its historical value, but if it's still of use actively, then anyone can take it if they want it.
You can
Zach
also
kind of
wear.
holds up this medallion, kind of
You can
holding.
also. You can also wear it without like prominently displaying it.
Yeah. Does anybody want this?
I say give it to Pontus, but that's up to Eli.
Yeah.
What?
That's
what's the
Zach
thing you
in
do?
character. They are holding up the medallion, kind of walking over, and they're kind of like showing it.
Okay. So it like protects you from shit.
It's a protective ward on it.
Pontus looks at the medallion and runs his fingers through his beard as he transforms back into relatively normal Pontus. Now, none of you have actually seen him as relatively normal Pontus, so now that you see him, you see the fucked up stuff that I mentioned earlier. How
Well-
thin he looks, and his the fact that he still has some arm and leg hair and all that shit.
That might be concerning, but I'm not sure.
Pontus takes a look at it and says, "Do you think that counts as jewelry?"
Oh wait,
Pontus
you
considers
cut
eating it.
Do you think that counts as jewelry?
I mean, it's magical jewelry, so yes.
Pontus snatches it and puts it on.
Fair enough.
Zach doesn't have a time to react because they're like, "Well, yeah, that's an innocent yoink."
Add it to
That's
the
a
sheet,
what the fuck?
mark it on the loot tracker.
Fucking love jewelry. And yes, I'll add it to my sheet.
I think that's fair enough. In any case, if there's anything else that needs to be shown off to me, I can likely see what it's about. Otherwise, I'm just going to be reading over some of our local problems notes.
There's a breastplate. There's a
We're not
sword.
taking her armor.
What?
I'm not taking her armor off.
You're not. There's a magic breastplate she still has on. She has clothes on underneath.
Well, yeah, but I'm not taking her
Oh,
armor
yeah,
off
back.
quite yet. We're good.
There's a magic sword. There's a
Man.
magic arrows.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Frey already took her magic channeling flaming sword thingy.
So it wasn't actually
Well,
channeling
you're the
out of
one
character.
who identifies them. Because you're the one who auto-identifies.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the one who has to identify them to even know what they are.
Yeah.
And there's a potion of some kind.
Can I identify the potion?
Yeah. You automatically identify all the things.
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of potion?
Yes.
It's in the loot list. Cure
I'm looking. Oh, it's the Cure Moderate Runes one. Yeah. Okay.
It's a potion. Everyone wants the potion.
So in this room, there is a magic fountain with bubbling water. And a burning skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my problem. Is that
There
our
are 4
problem?
burning skulls.
The wheels.
Light this room.
We grab those. Is that something we should deal with? What y'all think?
I mean, if you want to identify them, you can identify them.
I look
Pontus is
at.
gonna get close enough to one that if it tries something, he'll be able to punch it.
Lyri is going to just go around and be like, "Oh, artifacts." Not at the burning skulls, at the various artifacts that are in this room.
Like, as in, like, magical ones or, like, historical ones.
The objects on the shelves are various holy text scrolls. Let me read this room again. Wide stone ledges of red marble line the curving walls of this room, which is well lit by 4 burning skulls that sit in each corner. 3 chairs rest in the room, and both stone ledges are covered with old books, scrolls, teeth, bones, scrimshaw artwork, jars of deformed creatures soaking in brine, taxidermied animals and limbs, and other strange objects. To the north, a large round fountain filled with frothy blue water fills the room with the gentle sound of bubbling. The skulls are a continual flame, but that means that they're valuable. But they're strewn about after you made a mess of this place. There's holy text, scrolls, relics, and objects sacred to the worship of Lamash, though identifiable such with a DC 20 knowledge religion check, or you can just ask Leary.
Fun.
Yeah. So if you want to take those burning skulls, you could sell them. They're quite expensive.
I don't see why we shouldn't.
Okay, I'll add those to your loot.
There's no reason not to. I don't really have any issue with it. There's a part of me that would like to find who the skulls belong to, if they belong to, and who next to Freya is confused.
Who do you think these skulls would belong to?
Dead people.
Oh, dead people.
But like,
I mean, yeah.
does anybody
people.
that cared about them want them? Like, would that be
Hold
a
on.
thing?
Hey, Alan, how old are these skulls?
One of them is 3 months old, and the rest are like 200 years old.
Yeah, he points out those. These are ancient. This one's new.
Oh. Well, that's our fault. Points out into the hallway. Past Freya.
Is there burn damage on it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's magic fire that gives off light and has no heat.
No, I was thinking maybe it was the father.
Nope. You found his ashes.
Yeah, I just didn't know if like the skull was taken to do something with.
Yeah.
Hey, Ellen.
Yeah.
Would Aurelium have lipstick?
Probably not, but she would have a natural lip color.
Oh, that's good, thank you.
Yeah, just steps out and looks to see if New Wally is awake.
Is my knowledge.
She lunges out and tries to bite your foot.
He just kind of half steps back, that 1 foot. Tea or coffee?
One of my enemies!
Um, Sorry.
I have half a thought that it's whatever the opposite of what her father drank.
Coffee.
Okay. I will pour her
Oh,
a
so
cup
she
of
bites
coffee.
your foot.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That is I mean, that beats my flat-footed AC. Okay, how much damage does she deal to me?
3.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal. No, actually lethal. She's biting. She's fucking pissed. Actually, she's not biting.
In that case, she's grappled. I just kick her in the head. I kick her head as an attack of
No,
opportunity.
I'm waiting for
Take
the full
7
thing to go off.
negative damage.
Wait,
Give me
Ellen.
a fortitude
Ellen.
save.
Ellen, she's
Yeah.
restrained. She gets like in prone. She gets a -4 to her attack roll.
Sure, it's touch.
My touch AC is less than 24. Let's see what it is. It is 20, so it still just gets me.
Yeah, she just gets you. Make me a fortitude save.
Okay.
She's been awake enough to
You are
Wait, hold on.
you are
Right, I got
staggered
nothing.
for 3 rounds.
Hey, Ellen. I can do non-lethal damage, right?
Yeah.
Boom!
She passes out.
She swings the sword down. It's flaming. Stay down.
She passes out completely.
I will. I don't have the spell to make somebody not bleed out. Hold on. Somebody with a medicine check help me. Actually, no, I can
So
help
we've
me.
firmly established I cannot help.
Thank you, Yagdas.
Correct. I've got
Medicine
this.
check.
Just
Yeah, it is. You start doing it, and then you start helping Rhyme.
Yeah, Ryan clearly knows exactly what the fuck they're doing, so you know he will he will help Ryan. Once Ryan is like basically taken care of, he'll just get up and go and make tea and whatnot.
Zach,
Listen.
are you basically like a first responder paramedic?
me? In real life, no.
No, Zach.
Oh, Zach. Zach is deaf and muted.
Hilarious. Yeah.
It's like, me?
But Rhyme
No.
is an expert here. Rhyme knows what she's
My dad
doing.
was a paramedic. He
You
is no longer a paramedic.
oh. Rhyme, you make sure she doesn't die.
I apologize for that. That wasn't just a bot, that was a spell. Do you need help, Yago?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Dolce.
If you need anything, just let me know. I can
Of
fix it up.
course, of course.
Well, let me just hope that I did a better job patching her up than I did with old Prophasmus over there.
Rhyme. You
Mhm.
also find out oh my god, she's like every minor common disease at the same time. And she's fine.
Mm.
But Yagdas might need a checkup.
If you say that out loud, I can hit him with something.
That's weird. She seems to have every single disease that I know of.
Oh no. Not every single one. She has like small ones like the cold and
Hey.
Yeah, everything with disease that Rhyme knows of being a
Hatter.
like someone who has lived in a hut her whole life.
Hey,
oh,
Hatter.
okay, that's
Hatter, I'm hitting you with a restore body.
Mhm.
Or no wait.
Can that cure diseases?
Renews the
You
fatigue
can remove the
condition.
staggered condition.
Removes
That's good.
exhaust. Staggered is actually mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will restore to get rid of that. And if he is still bad, I also have lesser restoration.
Yagdas will get the cold, at least. Might
You and me.
also get some other shit.
I'll treat with
If not,
magic at the very
treat it
least.
with cure
Wait.
the disease.
Oh. Rhyme, you have herbalism. Do you want to herbalize some medicine?
Do you want to treat some diseases?
I would love to.
Jesus
we
Christ, you're
go.
fine.
You spend the time required to cure Jagedas of all his diseases. You like give him take this for the next 3 days every morning. Make sure that to drink that tea you're making for yourself also. Let's put some extra stuff in that tea.
Yeah,
Patting
just
Yagdas's brow. Honestly, after being around me for like what, 2 days now, how do you still get the cold?
I think it might. Does she have rabies? Which is a land form of sea rabies?
She doesn't have anything that could kill you except the cold. Like
Not to be confused with mountain rabies. I've met a
You-
few things that are experienced in that.
you'd have to be very unlucky to die from what she has.
Pontus is sorry, go on.
It doesn't seem like it, this seems like something she could weaponize, but it doesn't seem like something she knows about. And thus she hasn't weaponized it. She's just gotten sick and hasn't felt the effects and carried it with her.
I think she's immune to the effects of, but is still a carrier of diseases based on her class.
Yep, she's an anti-paladin.
Nope.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah?
Does that mean.
Well, paladins are straight up immune. I think the anti-paladins are immune, but it's still carriers. So, fuck.
Look at
Oh.
this.
Plague bringer.
I was worried for a second, ain't gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
Like, do I need to worry about that? No, I don't. That's good.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't have Plaguebringer.
But good thing that good thing that Rhyme is here to help everyone and cure everyone.
No, I think Zero was worried about being although immune, still being a carrier.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, you could.
I'm good.
Plaguebringer specifically prolongs this kind of shit. Paladins like just have defenses where it bounces off. Yeah. Welcome back. Noalia has common illnesses and doesn't know it because it does nothing to her.
She bit Yagadas, used Touch of Corruption, and Freya hit her with her sword. And went, sleep. Fucking stop. Stop it. I swear to God.
Okay.
Good thing she didn't know to weaponize it.
Yeah. God fucking hell.
She needs
Alright,
help.
Noalia.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. She needs help.
How
Like,
about
help.
this? I think at this point in time, I don't know how much time we have, but this place is going to be around when we come back to it, so it might be best to just take her and get out of here as quickly as possible.
Well, hear my thing, right? Hear me out on this one. We have some more shit here that we need to take care of to get out of here. I think it would just be better to send some people off. I'm gonna say, my mouse is fucked up. Freja and Pontus, and go get a wagon from town and bring it back.
I think we should all go
Yeah.
together just in case.
Well, I do think I can fly. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Moody,
think
Moody, you cut out for a bunch of that.
I just started saying, well, I think that I can fly now, so yeah.
That will be helpful.
Moving prisoners give them more chances to escape.
You're right. I think we should still come. We should all leave together, though. Not
Well,
leave,
so
but
him,
like walk forward.
well,
Do
here's my
we-
thing. Here's my thing, right? We have people here who don't want to leave. Side eyes, Orek who's leaving.
Oric is following Lurie.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I
And
will,
they will take whatever they want while we are not here.
I will also like to point out the fact. I guess there is a thing I realized that when I was saying this. Our main way of leaving is the boat because we're not going across the bridge because there's still a whole camp of goblins over there, assumedly.
Hey, Shalelu.
Yeah.
Would you mind being a dear and watching? She points with one of her glassy talons at Nualia and then gestures to the other two. These three, while we go up ahead and secure passage out of here.
I'm saying, I like the idea of just going back and renting a bigger boat.
I can try.
So
do
so
that.
here's my thing. Okay, out of character. I'm not gonna do the voice. Here's my thing. We need something better than the boat because we have all of us, which didn't fit in the boat in the first place, and a horse.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's why
however,
Ontus's suggestion is a bigger boat.
Zek has noted, which is good that Zek remembered, there is an entire village of goblins across the bridge who are probably pissed at us.
Yeah, almost
The
certainly.
boat.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I don't know if the boat's gonna be a good idea because to rent a boat big enough to fit all of us, the horse, and all the shit we need to carry, that's a big boat. A single wagon will do that because the horse can just be used to pull the wagon.
I'm still unclear on how we're getting all the shit across the ravine.
So,
Rhyme can
right?
fly.
Well, Rhyme,
We can make
I
ice
can make an
bridges.
ice bridge.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
Mooney
you
can
said
make
it-
an ice bridge. Mooney can make an ice bridge. Mooney said this earlier, like a few
Okay.
weeks ago.
Mhm.
So we can make the bridge that way. And the problem with the goblins on the other side, the moment they realize that they can get back over, they're probably going to charge us on this bridge, which means we just funnel neck them, and pick them off. We're level 4 and we got super buffed. What's a bunch of goblins going to do to us, right? Like we already took care of the war leader. If they're not already gone, then we're gonna just beat them. That we can go take care of. But if we like Nualia, stand up and walk, and we're gonna go back to town, she has more chances to escape. She's clearly not willing to just go willingly because she tried to attack me. So if we need to we want to give her as few chances to escape as possible. So moving her gives her a chance to escape.
That's why I said to ask Shalelu to wait down here with Nualia while we go clear an escape route.
Yeah. So that's
I
a
think
good idea.
that's the best way to get her killed.
Nualia
What,
is tied up
Nualia?
with no
Freya?
weapons.
Why doesn't Freya stay here? It is her horse. It is still here.
So it doesn't matter who goes. I was thinking Freya and Pontus because Freya and Pontus can swim and
Rhyme could
go on the boat. They can breathe underwater.
Rhyme
Yeah,
could
but
breathe
Rhyme could fly.
underwater.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rhyme could breathe underwater with extra steps.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Rhyme can also fly, which wasn't part of this. But also, while we're not here, off doing stuff, Ulrich and Lyrie are doing whatever the fuck they want. There's a massive hoard of gold over there that they can just take. And we won't be able to stop them.
All right then. Why
So
don't
what you're telling me is seal the exits? No, sorry. Go on. What was you saying?
All right, look, I'm the fastest of us now. I've learned how to run extremely fast, and I was already the fastest swimmer. We'd established that. So, I'll go back and get a cart or whatever. You all clear out this place.
May I come with you?
Oh no. Pontus violently shrugs.
I feel like I could be
How
more
do you
use.
shrug violently?
I can
You
picture
take
it.
1d6 points of shrug damage. Die, wizard.
If you're level 1 wizard, you just die.
And the rest of you can handle all this. Actually, if it's more than just me going back, we can drag Nualia back. We bring her back with us, and
You want to drag her for 8 hours.
I'll be swimming.
We can't
Yeah,
breathe
well,
underwater.
whatever we do with her will be for 8 hours.
I think we can handle that.
No, does it take 8 hours by boat?
Yeah, by boat. It took us 8 hours to get here by boat.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't? How long did it take? I thought it took us like...
3 hours because
Oh.
you're bad at maps.
Oh. Oh, never mind then. Still 3 hours. Like, I guess we can tie up Nualia in the boat, yeah, and then go.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright.
At the very least, she's unconscious right now, so Freya is going to haul her up. Oh, Freya's going to take a strap of leather from something and wrap it in her mouth. Just gag her because I don't trust her anymore, and then haul her on her
Fair.
shoulder, and just start walking.
Yeah, you do it.
Out of character, I stand by my idea to just have Pontus and Rhyme drag her back while you all work on clearing this place out.
Well, let's head upstairs first and see what kind of stuff they have. Like, what kind of stuff we have to deal with. And then we'll worry about
Pontus-
bringing her back to the town.
Pontus transforms back into beast mode, and you can see that he is able to move a lot faster on land now.
Freya waddles.
Mhm.
It's going to be so nice being able to go outside and stretch my legs. And my everything else as well.
I'll bet. Can't imagine being in somewhere so cramped as this.
Yes.
Get the fuck up out of here.
Oh shit, where the fuck
Oh hey, it's
where are
Pontus's
we?
old thing.
Wow, Pontus's old thing before
Be
this
gone,
fucking
old
flood.
icons!
Be
I
gone!
smite thee!
I'm guessing we're just going back upstairs. Oh man, the map still hasn't loaded for me.
Be gone, old rhyme! I smite thee!
Yeah. Drag and drop your new rhyme into the thing. You can delete your old ones if you want.
I can't. I don't know how to do that.
You hit the backspace button.
Delete button.
I don't have a delete button.
Oh. Rip.
Damn.
Damn.
Just right click. No, you can't right click.
Do you mean like the backspace on my keyboard?
Nope.
Okay,
No,
I don't
it's
have a
the-
delete button.
Usually it's above the backspace next to an insert button, but if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
on my keyboard? Alright, I do have that. Alright. I'll
Mhm.
make sure to remember that.
Here you go. You are here.
Nice. I think we just head straight back up.
Yep,
Okay.
back upstairs, no frills.
Was the crab room in that floor?
Yep.
Could I ask Pontus
No.
to go hide the
No,
secret
crab room
door?
is all the way at the bottom.
Okay. Damn, I would have asked somebody to go seal the door if we could have, but it's not like they can get past the crab. We left our crab guardian of the gold.
Shalelu is not here. She's gone.
Goodbye, old tokens.
So why are we all moving?
I don't know.
Because I
You
said we
wanted to
should.
go up. No,
Yeah,
someone
I
wanted
think
to
it's
go
only-
upstairs.
I think it's only Pontus and Rhyme that are leaving and going upstairs, and the rest are securing the dungeon.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure
The
that's
idea.
what's happening.
At the very least, Freya wants everyone to stay together as long as possible. Also, we don't actually have a rhyme here, so Mooney, you might want to drop a rhyme.
Rhyme is here.
I
I'm
don't
glad
think
I'm not
we.
the only one that thought about it.
That's a beat, not a rhyme. How dare you?
No, I'm dropping the beat, you drop a rhyme.
Oh
Hey,
no.
There you go.
wonderful. Anyways,
Y'all been shift pinged to where we are now?
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
though I've got a taste for poetry, I rap like I fell head first from a tree.
That's
Damn.
rhyming tree with tree.
Yeah, but it's in different contexts.
it technically counts depending on the.
It's not the literal same word.
Yeah, it works if it's a different word.
Okay.
Also, Rhyme is here. She is here.
Yeah.
She's there.
Yeah, I put everyone where you are. You can walk.
Rhyme,
I mean,
Rhyme left that corridor and was just like, right, where do I go from here?
Hey, Eli, you
Someone
might
wanted
want
to
to delete
go
Begone the
upstairs
Monster
to-
on Pontus.
Thank you.
You were old Pontus.
Are these dorks still tied up?
Yeah.
Pontus in new beast form will smile up and say,
Give us food.
"Get your own food." And Pontus will jump up and just bite the ropes apart and let them drop down.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Piss off, piss off.
Like they crawl outside and start eating grass.
They
They've
were-
been tied up for less than a full day. Come on.
Yeah.
They've been
Yes,
tied
well-
up for more than a full day. You were out
yeah,
for
it
24
was-
hours.
But still, 2
That was like
days.
2 days.
It was
haven't
more
had
than a
any
day.
water.
I give them pass.
They
Okay, fair.
haven't had water.
This is the dawn of the 3rd day.
Oh wait, wait. where the
Horse,
fuck is
horse,
that? Yeah,
horse,
I don't know if they're
horse.
supposed to be up here or not.
You
yeah,
are
you gotta talk to your horse.
horse.
Wait, where the fuck is Zach supposed to be up here, or is Zach supposed to?
You're at the
Do whatever
stairs.
you want.
Currently, you're at the
You can be
stairs. so
wherever
can
you
move
want. You
wherever.
probably want to go look at that treasure. You know?
Where?
It's near the
Treasure
stairs.
is in
Remember?
here.
Oh yeah, that. I
From the
gotta do that.
bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. In that case, Zach's gonna start doing some money counting, quote unquote.
Hell yeah. You sure do not know how much money that is.
I mean, Zach
Freya.
can do it pretty quickly if they need to. You know this.
Freya, my noble master.
Little mist. I'm so pleased to hear from you.
My
Rhyme, if
rider.
you're nearby, you hear the sound of neighing and Freya talking in a normal voice to the neighing.
She's not. She's
This-
outside. Hey, Ellen, can you
Pontus
make me
sees
big?
this and sorry, go on.
Can I what?
Can you make me big, please?
Yes.
Pontus
Yeah.
looks at Freya talking to Shadow Mist and just stalks off.
Sorry,
No,
Pontus, I only got room for one beast in my life.
Jealous of a horse.
I will remind you, you know, I've read stories about horses turning into princes and marrying girls. Anyway,
You're thinking of frogs, Pontus.
I'm
My
pretty sure it's
noble-
happened with horses.
My noble
Oh,
rider.
Oh,
The thought
damn.
of your victories has sustained me. I do require water, though.
I make water.
Yeah, drink it.
She makes water, and then
Oh,
she's
thank
going
you.
to bust open the door.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, you busted open.
Door be gone. I
Door
present
be gone.
my
Apply the
noble
directly to the door.
steed.
Shadow
What?
Mist.
Shadow Mist!
The biggest fucking horse.
Fucking Noble Steed.
Horse!
Majestic. Shadow Mist is.
Look at how majestic my horse is. I'm sorry if anyone else is
Look
doing
at
anything
my
important. You
horse.
can't be
My
seen
horse
on
is
the map by the
amazing.
video.
Look
Only
at my
you
horse.
matter.
My horse.
Shadow
Right.
Mist trots
Freyha
out.
horse skull confirmed.
Can only listen. This is the only good horse.
Freyha
Shadow Mist
will.
trots out
As,
and neighs. Whinnies.
Freyha will. As a move action, if I remember the rules right, mount the horse!
You can mount faster if you make a ride check.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I have a -8. Remember? I can make a not cannon roll if you'd like.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's actually only it's only a -1. Either way. Why is it only a -1?
Don't you have that feat to be able to ride good?
No.
No.
Here's the thing. I can actually mount with that. That's not actually bad. 1, that was non-canon. 2, that's actually not bad enough not to be able to mount.
Yeah.
It's a DC
You don't get
5
fast route.
to
To stay in the saddle.
I am able to mount the horse fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do it. You mount Shadow Mist. And Shadow Mist, like, is so happy. He like stands up on his hind legs out of joy. You have to make a
Oh
ride
my
check.
God.
You make the ride check.
I have
to
4
stay in the
ranks in
saddle.
ride. That is the only reason this is this good.
Yeah, you stay in the saddle because you are so attached to this horse. This horse is amazing. Truly majestic canonically. And Shadow Mist and you glow. Yeah, guys, you see them glow. Nobody else is here.
Yagadas walks in. What the hell are you doing?
No, Yagadas, Yagadas comes over, and you don't know what Yagadas was doing in that room, but he has a bucket now, and he just like, hey Freyha, I know you glow all night on rising sun, but I need some water.
I hold my hand
Yeah, the bunnies
majestically
show
and
up
produce
very
water.
fast.
Yeah, 100%. Yagadas takes the bucket and returns to the rabbits that I natural 20'd to make them like me.
Yeah.
To hand and
They're
I-
so happy when you return. They
Now-
go over to you and lick the water out of your bucket.
Ellen, question.
Yeah.
When they are desperate, rabbits will resort to cannibalism. Have
Yeah.
any of them eaten each other yet?
No.
Okay.
But you can see that
Sweet
there's
of
a few
you.
scratches here and there. They're not happy. They're happy you are here, but they're not happy in general.
Yeah,
There was some
Yagadas.
water, but it wasn't enough for all of them.
Yeah,
But
Yagadas
all of
gives
them
them
are
all
still
water.
living.
Yagadas gives them all water.
They need
And,
care if they want to survive.
Yeah, which is good because I now have both survival and handle animal as one of them became my a trained skill. So yeah, I also have a crate of rabbits to put on the boat.
You get you basically had a how say it works is that you basically get a free Eldritch Heritage. The feat.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Of whatever. I don't know if this level 4 one, but you get that feat.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just taking care of the rabbits.
As Pontus walks out of the door, he sees Ryan stretching at her normal size again.
Yep.
She stretches out her wings. They are massive glacial angel wings, full width out, stretching them as much as she can just to loosen them up along with the rest of her body. Oh, it's good to be back in the sides.
Pontus whistles. Hey, you know what? I want to try it. And Pontus's body begins to transform back into beast form. Oh wait, he was already in it, so he's in beast form. But something else also happens.
Please do remember that there's a food room and run to it.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit about them.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pontus.
I'm gonna need you to do that for me. Pontus grows to your size with a snarl.
Nice.
Hello, ma'am.
Very nice.
Oh, I can see why you like this. This is fun.
Well, it's not that I like being this size specifically. I just don't like being small and cramped. I'm used to this size.
Can I have my horse's legs, please?
Oh yeah, you can have Shadow Mist.
I would like legs.
Anyway, should we get going?
Let's. And
Brian, oh, gone.
can Pontus have what's her face?
Noalia?
Yeah.
Or would it be easier for Rhyme to carry her?
Pontus does have the higher strength score, but I think
Hmm.
he's just carrying her for right now. But actually, yeah, Pontus will toss her to you and say, "But it's this way," and then bloosh.
Rhyme, from standing, crouches down a considerable distance and just rockets upwards with her wings. Begins to follow you.
Pontus, leaping from the side will make you damage.
Hmm. Damn it. Even as a big, or just being big make it worse.
Uh, yes, even as a big.
It's an acrobatics, was it? Because I remember the goblins
yes.
only took like 1d6 damage.
Yes, it's acrobatics. To take less damage.
Alright, I think that since I'm big, I might have a penalty to my dexterity, so subtract 1 from this. Damn it.
I'm gonna subtract 2. Oh no.
Is that how that
1.
works?
I'm subtracting 1. I don't know. I don't know how size change works.
Isn't it your
Oh,
damage
there it
goes up,
is.
your 2 hit goes down? Or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope, god damn it.
There it is.
Anyway, here's... I can post in large person. Well, I can't, but that's an option. Because that's basically what it does.
It works a little different. It's okay. I found it.
Okay.
One day I'll have my horse's leg. I'm just gonna say my horse is with me and it'll come with me when it comes with me. I'm stuck in a wall. I tried to leave through the front doors, and now I live in the wall.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fix that until I find this damage.
Oh. Oh, yeah. 0. Yeah,
I'm out the
there it
wall.
is.
Yeah, you have
Why
Shadow
are you
Mist.
in the
You can
wall?
move Shadow Mist.
I do not have legs over Shadow Mist.
You have Shadow Mist cheat. You can move Shadow Mist.
You see, I
I
know
don't
that
know.
that's how that should work. However, I'm telling you, it's not.
What the fucking shit?
I'm also refreshing Roll20 real quick.
Whatever. Here you go.
As soon as I'm back.
Yeah, okay. 11, that's not enough. Right? Sorry, let me find it. Acrobatics.
If when Pontus is fallen, if I raise the water 5 foot upwards, would he still take damage?
Yes, but you can make him not take damage by creating water in the air.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Thank you, because this is so
No.
dumb.
Now I have
Nope,
horse legs.
It's leaping off a cliff.
Wow, why can't I just leap off a cliff with no negative consequences whatsoever? Wow, unrealistic.
Exactly. See, you get it.
Guys, I have a horse.
Where the
You
hell
do.
did we put that? Did we put that ship or boat?
Oh. I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
It's
Up
to the
you
north,
remember.
northwest.
I thought it was, but I second guessed myself.
How on earth
There
did
we
they
are.
get me here on a random island in the middle of nowhere?
There we
What
are.
the hell?
It's a 70-foot drop. I don't know what you want.
70 foot. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Hello, Shilelu.
Oh, shut up. I'm downstairs.
Shillelagh evaporates.
Goodbye,
Okay, the
Shilelu.
boat is here.
Shillelagh is replaced by a boat. She was playing prop hunt.
That is a very small boat.
Okay, she goes
We
into
can fit in it.
But then I have to go back to being small again. Oh, fine.
I mean, you can just fly
If
or
it's
swim.
one large creature.
Oh, it could fit one large creature. Okay.
Oh. Well,
It's a
that case
boat.
then.
What are you, like 16 feet tall? It's
15.
a boat. Okay, 15 feet tall. It's a boat. You can sit in it.
And it's not like
It's a
she's
boat.
heavy. I'm pretty sure she's the lightest one of the party.
Yeah. I mean, she's still the biggest one, so she's like heavier than most of the party at this point.
Damn.
Damn. Look,
Even
being
like-
big means you have to have so much more mass.
Listen, I have about as much mass as Pontus does. I am
How's
built like a twig.
Yagados is 100 pounds.
I said Pontus.
Yeah, but Yagados is 100 pounds.
I don't.
Pontus has lost quite a bit of weight from this transformation.
Oh, fair.
Anyway, you can be in the boat. The boat can hold you. The boat can hold a lot of stuff. It's a boat. It's a rowboat. If you want to, you can sit in the boat as a big person.
Yay.
That way you don't have to walk on water all the time. Which I don't know, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, she's just gonna sit on the boat.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Rhyme was about 98 pounds.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly less.
That's horrifying.
84 pounds. Yeah, no, she is built like as thin as a human's arm as a large creature.
Okay.
I have no idea how the buffs in this thing work. Whatever.
We can
The-
look
Pontus
at it
will-
later.
I was trying it. I was trying to add big as a buff, and it wasn't working.
You
Big
can
is
turn around and
above.
set your size to large.
Hmm.
Pontus,
I'll tell you later.
do you got a way to move the boat, or should I handle that?
I
You
I
sit
don't
backwards,
really.
open your wings like sails.
Oh, good point.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Mm. Well, relatively speaking, I have many ways of. Wait, that's a good point. Do we have a sail?
Oh, this
Um,
is a. If I remember correctly, it was just a rowboat.
Still, she's just gonna like. What way are we going?
We go in backwards that way. I imagine that Pontus knows which direction it is,
yeah.
even with
you
as
know
much
the
of a
direction.
fool as he is.
Mhm.
Ryan like does a pushing forward motion, then just wind catches behind them.
Ah, that'll
Because
do
that
just
is
fine.
Yeah. You do it.
that is something she can do.
And Pontus will swim underneath the boat, and if need be, will push it along, if that'll make it go any faster.
It won't.
Awesome. So we're gonna be taking Nualia to jail.
Oh yeah. She can meet that guy.
Yay. That sounds good.
I don't know what sort of batshit spell they put me under, but I do not remember this place at all.
It's weird as hell.
I just got kidnapped like near a hill, and that's about all I remember. It was like in a forest near a hill, and now I was here. This was not what
Oh,
I was expecting.
I've been meaning to ask this for a little while.
Oh,
What's it like living on a mountain?
hmm.
The songs say it's the hardest, coldest place there is.
You can move the boat if
Okay,
you want.
okay. To be fair, it wasn't cold when we got there.
They say that the air stops being air you can breathe, and instead it burns your lungs when you bring it in, but it doesn't give you any relief.
Well, maybe I was accustomed to it by living there my whole life. But I never really had a problem. Who knows? Maybe that's why my mother felt so ill. Hmm. Where are
If
we
we
going directly?
uh we're going as directly to Sandpoint as we can.
Okay.
And Pontus will say, I'll gotta be honest, if we go to a mountain sometime and it's easy to climb, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't want to come.
Well, if it's
I
a
don't
snowy
want.
mountain, at least for me, it'll be extremely easy to climb.
Everyone says that the greatest act as a walker can be to climb over the crown of the world, where the
Give me a
highest mountains are.
give me a knowledge geography check.
Who, me or Pontus?
Both.
I don't have knowledge geography.
I
Okay.
do. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oops.
You go the wrong way.
God damn
Oh,
it.
good.
Where
Would
do we get
survival
mixed
not
up?
also be an option?
Yeah, you can roll survival.
God damn it.
I rolled a 10.
You remember where north is and go the right way now.
Sorry. So,
Hey, now I definitely don't trust you about mountains.
hey,
Oh my god, the funny thing about this whole thing is that, like, you just have to follow the coast west.
Ryan doesn't know where we're at.
Yeah,
I've
we
never-
have no idea what the fuck.
I've never been on a boat before.
Ryan's like, this is a
I
boat.
actually,
Never seen one of these before.
I have, but it wasn't on top of the water.
Ah,
It's where I got my sword.
I am woefully ignorant when it comes to the entire world. It's partly the reason why I set out in the first place.
That reminds me.
Mhm.
Pontus will shift back into normal Pontus form, relatively speaking. Probably not good to step in looking all like a bar guest and such. He'll be
Well,
fine. You just look like a freak.
no, don't worry. I get that a lot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Pontus will yeah, climb up onto Pontus is small now, and will climb up onto
Where
what?
are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. I was gonna give you your boat back.
Oh, okay.
Here's your boat.
Use your
Pontus
boat and the
climbs up
bitch.
onto the thing and is going to carry Nualia and say, "Oi, we're not done yet, but
Can I
remember
beg,
me, Pontus, handsomest man ever? Yeah, you remember? Where the fuck's the jail?
Alan, can I beg, please?
What?
Can I be big, please?
Yes. Like the town is too like small to be accurate size, but yes, you are larger than
Mhm.
Pontus.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's all I ask for in this world is to be larger than Pontus.
Yes.
Hey,
You
You
Stu,
already were, but still. Like,
Yeah.
Freya's taller than Pontus. She's like 7 feet and Pontus is 6'6".
Mhm.
Can you
Low-key,
believe I thought Pontus would be tall?
I'm
low-key,
sorry.
low-key, considering how thirsty this town is in the original thing, this giant woman showing up, I bet some people are really happy.
Yeah, no,
All
this
I
town was
wanna
real
do
fucking
is
thirsty.
see
I
you
don't
turn
know
into
No,
why.
it wasn't.
jaw.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
All I wanna
No.
do is see you turn into a giant
The
woman.
edited version is not, but the
woman.
original version is weirdly a little thirsty.
Yeah, no, that song is really weird.
No, not that song. The town.
Ah,
No.
Oh wow, old Zek icon be gone.
It's just that one encounter.
But does
Anyways, yeah, lady who plays D&D. You look at that, yeah.
does Pontus get pointed towards the jail?
Yeah. He does. The jail is up here.
Okay. Then Pontus just
10.
has Nualia like tossed over one shoulder and is carrying her like a sack of flour.
He gets lost a little bit, but you know.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Okay, bye.
Oi, Shaylis, gotta take this bitch to jail.
Oh, hi.
hello, very nice to meet you. My name is Ryan.
It's nice
She
to meet you too.
reaches down and shakes your hand. I guess you know those people. I guess you know Pontus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
heroes of
hero
the
of the
town, no
town.
big deal.
It's a
Oh,
big deal.
It's a big deal.
I'll be hero of a lot of places when my feet are ready to go back into the ocean.
Anyway, it was nice meeting you. Goodbye.
Nice meeting you too.
Pontus just goes up to the jailhouse and bang, 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 and knocks on the door. Oi, we got a bitch!
Like, a guard comes out and is like, huh? What?
We got someone to put in jail.
Looks around.
What part of that is confusing to you?
I guess we sure do. Goes over, like,
If you try to arrest me, this world will become a popsicle.
Yeah, it's the one I'm carrying.
oh. Okay. He grabs her and, like, throws her in a cell.
Can we wake her up?
You want to do that here?
I think we should wait.
Uh,
I think we should
okay,
wait
yeah.
for people to be here first.
Pontus's fist started glowing, but when you say that, Pontus says, yeah, you're right. Freya probably has goody two-shoes powers to just make her say, oh, I'm evil.
Excuse me, what is all this commotion about? Oh, Pontus! Welcome back.
Hello. We got a new Olia here. She was the
Hey,
one telling all them
who?
gobos to attack.
What? Who?
Refresh
Excuse
my
me?
memory. Does New Olia have anything to do with the town?
Yes. In
A
fact,
New Olia.
they know New Orleans is the cause, or at least they believe that man believes that's New Orleans.
She's in jail right now. Excuse me? No, you must be mistaken. Her grave is up in the graveyard. Unless you're an
Pontus
excellent
just
sort,
gestures that you can go in jail and check.
is illegal. What the? What, excuse me. What the fuck? Come with me. You come with me.
Sure love.
Sure, I'll crouch.
Oh my god!
Looking good for a dead woman, isn't she?
She looks terrible.
Better than dead.
What
Well,
did you do to her?
I'm sorry.
this
Out
was
of-
all on her own volition. Well, not being unconscious. That's our doing. But everything else was her own volition.
Out of character, they know that New Orleans is the one that was up to all this.
Yeah,
Ow.
didn't we inform them about
Tasudo's journal said her by name that that he was like following her because he was in love with her. That she was trying to get rid of the holy taint and whatnot and do all this terrible stuff. And we told that to the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
No,
showed
she
her
did
the mayor.
not believe you. Sorry, that woman's dead.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It's you,
Tetsudo
kid.
was clearly like delusional,
Yeah.
and now
he was
New Orleans is
lying.
alive. So here's New Orleans. She's alive. Clearly, he's not delusional.
Pontus.
Yeah.
Pontus, you changed, and so is she. And I don't know if this is a prank by some demon or what the fuck is going on.
I mean, demons were involved. Not gonna lie to you.
Did
The
you go
others...
to hell?
Not yet. Oh, actually, I did die briefly. That was interesting. I
The
don't
fuck?
think I went to hell, though.
Oh my god, you. Okay. The gods, extra gods on that one. Seems to be some sort of weird magic shit going on. You two are coming with me to my office and you're explaining everything. And you, lady, I will get you a large chair for our large visitors.
We
Get me a
kinda-
large chair.
Oh my god,
She
that's
says to
so
her.
kind of you. Thank you so much.
We kinda need a wagon.
Yes.
You can get a wagon after you explain everything.
How about if it's all right with you, I shall get the wagon, and Pontus can explain because I'm going to be honest, I don't quite understand what's going on either.
Yeah, we found her in jail.
Yes, I
Okay.
was put in jail because they kidnapped me, and I'm still kind of getting the hang of this new thing.
That's okay. I'm so sorry. Come back, please.
Yes, of course. Where would one get a wagon from?
At, Secretary, could you take a rhyme? Can you take this? What's your name?
My name is Ryan Fuji. It's very
Can you
nice to
take
meet you.
Rhyme to the stables? Get a wagon and a horse, whatever,
Thank you.
on the town.
Oh, you're very kind. She does a little queenly bow.
Pontus, get back in here.
Pontus will follow and will
Ryan mouths to Pontus, I'm sorry.
Pontus.
Pontus just gives you a grin that is probably should be.
Pontus. Not
Yeah.
3 days ago, you were a charming, extremely trustworthy man, and now you look like this.
Yeah. I'm not super happy about it either, frankly. But I tell you, like I said, better than being dead.
She do that to you?
Pontus waggles his back and forth.
Okay, we are adding another charge to her set.
I mean, she was ultimately the cause of it, because it was her fucking around that caused it, and also her doing all that goblin shit that brought us to there in the first place.
Mhm.
But she wasn't the direct cause. That was getting my ass kicked by a demon.
Where's the rest of your body?
Rhyme's a new addition. The
Mhm.
rest are back at the place still, because, there's a whole lot of shit that still needs collecting, and a whole lot of stuff that still needs figuring out. But we're pretty much nearing the end of our stuff, and we didn't want to be dragging Nualia around the whole time. So, we're going to get Nualia in jail, and to get a cart, or wagon, wheel thing,
Okay.
so that we can bring a whole bunch of shit back.
Okay. Well, when your party comes back, I'm sure we'll see all the evidence.
Absolutely.
Um,
And plus, you know that at least two of them, probably three, are probably everyone but Rhyme and me are complete goody two shoes. They would never lie to anyone. You can make
Again,
Freya take an oath on the storm.
I have never told a lie in my life. I have. Listen.
They ought to know that.
Yes.
aren't you off
yes.
getting a card? Oh, Rhyme
Listen,
came
I
back
have
for
not
the
been
card.
I have not been dragged. Also, that's something I wanted to ask the DM. Hey, you know my cat?
Yeah.
If I make it big enough with enough water, can the cat push the cart?
Yeah. You can have your cat push the cart.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's just cheaper for the town, so I don't have to rent a horse as well.
Clever.
Oh my god. That cat is so cute.
Thank
I
you.
trusted implicitly.
It's so
I no
nice.
longer trust you implicitly, Pontus.
Oh,
Makes sense. I'm not a Triton anymore, I don't think. At least not fully.
How dare you accuse me of that?
listen, Pontus is all right, except for the one time he called me a ice bitch.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. Implicitly.
This fucking town. When I get here,
Right?
we're gonna have some fucking words.
No, no, no.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she was saying I shouldn't have trusted him. I shouldn't have implicitly trusted him.
Yeah.
No. When I get back, we're gonna have some words about fucking stereotypes. You hear? This Triton
Yeah,
Azamar
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. There's some stereotype problems. Goddamn.
I'm gonna have a
All
word.
right.
I mean,
How
most of
dare
me
you
sca-
accuse them of having stereotypes and having those influence them?
I mean, most of me scales are still silver. That's got to count for something.
It does account for something.
Zach,
Anyway,
try and hold me back.
He's
Try and hold me back.
He's trying not
I-
hard.
I am going. Okay, so I'm going to say this out of character. Man, I'm not saying Nualia was right.
She
but
wasn't.
I'm going to say her motivation may not have been entirely without
Oh.
reason.
I 100% believed her when she said the town, like, the town has done terrible stuff. I was like, I'm willing to believe you. Tell me what they've done. And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, fine. Fuck you then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we're seeing it. Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna deal with this once we all
She
get
didn't
back.
say no. She explained it.
I will also point out the fact that Zach is currently the mob psycho 96% at percent. She's currently they are currently, you know, like the mob psycho like counter when it goes up and throughout the episode and then it reaches
Mhm.
100%.
Nope.
That's Zek's anger right now.
I
It's so fun.
I just nodded and realized that, wait a minute, you can't see that.
Yeah, I can't see that, but thank you. It'll be so interesting to see Zek snap because even I, the player, don't know what that looks like.
Everyone else had a restful sleep except Auric.
Has
And
Pontus ever
Pontus.
has Pontus ever snapped?
Yes.
Okay, wasn't sure. Because
Well,
he's
he got
less prone to it than
but
you'd
got
think.
held back. I think he killed someone once.
I know Freya snapped.
Pontus will say, the others will be better at explaining it, and, you know, they're
I
They're
sure
the
hope
very
so. You
noble
haven't explained
types.
very much.
But here's what I know, or what
Mhm.
I've come to understand.
Okay.
So, off in that castle place, bunch of galbos being led
What
by
castle,
New
please?
Orleans. The place we went, the thing, the place.
The foot.
Where is that?
The Pontus will try to point it out on a map, fail, and then just sort of describe where the boat went.
Can I
Hmm.
roll geography?
Yeah, the knowledge geography.
Be smarter than Pontus. It's not difficult.
You take. She finds a map, and with the map you can find it. But like, damn,
Ryan,
that's
like-
hard to describe.
Ram like points to it on that. It's about there.
Huh. That old face.
So, we went there. There was a bunch of gobos, and Nualia and a couple of her friends, including that douchebag, that douchebag goblin dude, like
Erasmus,
Oh.
he's dead now.
that guy.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
he kidnapped me.
Is Shalelo happy?
Oh yeah, me and Shalelu like teamed up to kill him.
Well done.
Yes, it was very fun. I
Mhm.
made a
Bitchin'.
giant ice greatsword. She makes a giant ice greatsword, and then she threw it out.
Oh,
she fired
shit.
it out
Get
of her
that the fuck
bow.
out of here.
Sorry, she like drops it, and just disintegrates.
Okay, thank you. No wielding weapons in here.
Of course.
It's also very large. I was worried it was gonna break and fall on me, and Ooh,
My weapons are
She's
very
got
sturdy.
she's got super ice powers.
okay.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Oh, you must be one of them snow elves.
No.
Okay.
You know, I
Well-
have no idea what the fuck she is.
Anyway, well done.
Thank you.
I'm not sure Shalilo. You know, when Shalilo comes back, you can split his bounty.
Eh, I'm down to just.
No, not you.
Yeah, you
Pontus.
two.
Raymond Shalilo.
Well, now I'm offended. Pontus will roll his eyes and say, "But
Pontus.
yeah, oh,
Pontus. You are a hero of the town. Rhyme deserves some credit.
you're right."
Please, Shalelu is the one that did the kill. I just made the arrows. One does not thank the Fletcher for the arrows that one fires in a hunt.
One does. I do. My Fletcher is very good, and I think
If you
not.
think that I'm not already composing a land shanty about that, you're dead wrong.
That's a good one.
Rhyme doesn't really blush, but she does get like darker blue slightly.
And if you wish to make me arrows, I would love that.
Yes, of course.
I
They're
consistently
us,
placed
though.
7th in the annual shooting competition.
They're a
Archery
little bit
competition.
cold if you are okay with that.
Oh, that is no problem. I have gloves.
Right, in that case, slams down like a quiver and a bunch of arrows.
Cool. How do I make these last?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to tell you.
Yes, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Rhyme, you think you could make them last with some effort?
Right. She's gonna cast freeze magic on her own arrows.
Oh, actually, that's a great way that I can explain some of what happened.
It
I've
does
got a
nothing. They're already cold themed.
Well, maybe they could last longer.
Maybe. It would be a craft check, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we've been doing a lot of heroic shit, and you know
Mhm.
what you do when someone does heroic shit?
Yes.
Pontus gets up and clears his throat. Me. And Pontus will break into multiple land shanties, recounting various parts of their adventure in hunting down the goblins and kicking Nualia's ass.
How
And
yeah.
this will allow Pontus to remember it a lot better than I do.
How long does that last?
Uh, probably until she tells me to shut the fuck up.
Okay. You spend 2 hours singing, and Rhyme, you finish one arrow.
Meanwhile, Zek, Yagados, and Freya are on fire, being assaulted by a dragon.
Meanwhile, back at this
I
place.
have a horse. I have a horse. I got a horse.
I have a rider. I have a rider. I don't know where the fuck Yagadas is.
Feeding the bunnies, I think, right?
I was in the bunny room.
Oh yeah. You feed the bunnies.
Zach, Freya riding a horse, walks into
I
the
was
room.
feeding the bunnies. And then after that, like I was feeding and watering the bunnies, making sure they were comfortable. Like, I know you want to get out of here. I can't do that right now, but you're safe now. He will then go off and like gather the 7 Yeth hounds and the 2
You feel like
octopus
each
things.
of them. You feel like each of them says, "I owe you my life."
Aww.
You can now summon a swarm of bunnies.
Anyway, go ahead.
I go off and get those 7 Yeth hounds and the 2 octopus things. Wait, no. Octopus things were fucking thrown out. Never mind. Fuck that. I don't have those. I have the Yeth hounds though. And I rolled 23, which I think beats the DC, to start collecting shit to make trophies.
What religion? How is that religion?
It is based on the creature, so like.
No, it's not religion.
Oh, what is it?
It's planes.
Oh, planes. Oh,
All right. Okay.
that's the same thing.
I'm back from the dead. What's needed?
Nothing.
Here. The others are not back yet, which makes sense.
Yeah, it's 3 hours there and 3 hours back.
You got lost on the way there, so it makes sense they would get lost again. You see them. You see, like, if you go outside at some point, sail past you, back the other way.
God damn it.
But yeah, you're here. You have the entire fortress and the dungeons.
Hmm.
Stickfoot is here. Stickfoot runs up to you and like, what?
What? Is he trying to eat my arm or something?
No, just like sticks tongue to your arm and then like slowly pulls your arm into mouth and then slowly down. You can stop this at any point.
Zach is going to hold open the jaw of this thing real quick and is going to take out a ration from their pack and put it in his mouth instead. You must be very hungry.
You see that Stickfoot has been eating some.
Has he been eating goblins?
Yeah. Look, Stickfoot is a bit of a carnivore. A bit of an
He is a
omnivore.
gecko. Geckos do eat meat.
Yeah. And there's just been goblins lying around, so, you know. It's like cats when people are dead around them. You just start eating.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
As the good book says, yes, your cat will eat your eyeballs.
Yep.
I'm going to need to find somewhere for you to be. Because you're an invasive species, I think.
Remember that.
Are these guys local to the area? No.
Not too unlocal. But I don't know. This is a trained mount, so probably is more dependent on people.
Does Yaganas need help healing people?
I'm not healing. I'm gathering bones.
Wonderful. Love that.
Gathering trophy materials.
Yeah.
Stickfoot, you remember Shalelo tried to with Stickfoot and didn't really work.
Okay. Well, I can't tame you. I'm not good with animals.
It's already a team.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he's gonna immediately be like, yeah, Zach's my new master.
Yeah, no. No.
You are a source of food who also has food. Give me more.
Give me food.
There's probably someone back in town who could probably have need for a gecko. Probably. All right. So I guess I'm going to wait till we get there, and then I'm going to see if I can find you a good owner.
He looks at you.
Pat, pat.
Is like sniffs at you as like, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with you, but like, okay, I'll take pats. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me animal handling.
It's gonna be really shitty. It's gonna be so bad. Watch this mix up. Watch this mix up. Okay, it's an 11. It's not bad. It's not great. It's like
you avoid getting bitten. Like animals will just bite. It's the thing animals do. Everything bites, but you avoid getting bitten. You pat. Stickfoot enjoys pats.
Okay.
Trot.
Let's see. I guarantee there's someone in there that has a market for geckos. Probably someone.
Oh, if ain't the little friend, how's it doing, Stickfoot?
Stickfoot runs up.
I think here's the thing. Oh god.
Okay. You do good. Stickfoot runs up to you. Shadow Mist.
He's not happy.
No,
Don't
I
worry,
do not
though.
enjoy the company of this one.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
They're not with the goblin no more. They ain't with the goblins no more.
Smells too much like goblin. Ugh.
Yaganas walks
Pat,
into this room with two wolf skulls floating next to him with their mouths open and a light gently beaming like a lamp out of them on in front of him.
Uh-huh.
What
Did
we're doing
only
here?
2 survive, Hannah?
Only, well, because the thing is, the DC is 15 plus their CR.
CR.
So the DC is 18, and I have to do 3 checks for each of them.
Mhm.
So, and I'm not good at heal, and because
Mhm.
I don't get survival as a class skill, that one's even worse.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you could have asked Shalelu.
I didn't want to bother, so I got 2 of them. That's fine. That's more money because they sell worth 150 each. So
Yeah.
so that's good money. So he walks in with 2 trophies that he's made.
They're still floating. You poke one of them and it starts glitching out for half a second before calming down.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, now what are going on here?
Oh,
Oh, that's the
you noticed Freya's still riding her horse. By the way, Ellen is. I feel like there's another NPC who might be here with us. I mean, someone who might have a token.
No, she's downstairs. She left her downstairs.
Fair enough.
Also, don't we have the other? Do we want to do that other thing? Because I know there was a thing we apparently missed an entire portion.
Yeah,
Let's
do
worry
you
about
want to
that
do
later.
that other thing?
No, let's not worry about that right now. I think we're good.
We'll worry about it as soon as the other two get back. Don't worry.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Also, I was going to say we've been going for like 3 hours.
We can always. Well, for no, Zach, you were there when you. Well, dang nabbit. The only person who didn't meet Shadow Mace was Rhyme, and she decided to leave.
I do admit, I didn't take you for a horse person.
Normally, horses are very rude, in fact.
Hmm.
This, however, is the only horse that matters.
I am the most majestic horse.
The horse
I can't
neighs
hear
softly.
anything he says.
Yes, you are.
did, you know what? Never mind.
You
I'm
know
not-
Freya speaks to horses.
Yeah, it is. Stickfoot likes you. Stickfoot likes to like soft bite, and you can tell
Someone
that
takes
this
the
is
corpse of a goblin and drags it into a time portal.
No.
yeah, okay.
Squirrel! Squirrel!
He takes his goblin corpse and takes it into the time portal.
Yeah. Stickfoot likes to like play bite. Won't hurt you, and you figure that out, and like you play around with Stickfoot. But yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
Um,
play
cool.
around. I play around. I pet Stickfoot and whatnot.
I will point out that Yaganas was within eye shot of seeing this squirrel that is a normal sized squirrel drag a goblin corpse through a time portal. That he
Doesn't say
just-
anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I love that gag so much.
Yeah.
Well, if what we can do. Zach, you were looking at the treasure we found earlier, right?
Yes. I was
We
in there
could-
for a while. What look did I get?
I was gonna say, while you were there, we could probably get some of the empty food barrels or anything that's empty in a box and start putting stuff in there so that when the others arrive with the cart, we have something to load up as
Yeah,
opposed to a literal pile of money.
I mean, if you have an empty pickle barrel, I can stuff all the money in. Then I suppose I can start doing that.
Freya looks at the room she saw the goblins go off to. We'll have an empty pickle barrel, don't worry.
All right, yeah, just
The-
hand that to me, and I could probably start getting some short stuff, shoveling it in.
The loot you found is above. It's scrolling up a bit underneath the snowflake for Rhyme.
All that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I can get started I can get started on that soon. But is there anything else we need to worry about right now?
I don't know if we do.
You need to find a new thing for the pram.
Oh yeah, we need to find a new house for the crab.
Yeah.
He needs a big shell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can find a giant pot,
Erasmus's skull is right there. Just saying.
like a
Yes.
real big fucking pot.
His Barthrasmus's skull is not big enough to fit that hermit crab. It is a big hermit
Oh,
crab.
Ellen.
Yeah.
And it's a small head.
Ellen, while we were outside for just a second, is the bridge back up or is it still collapsed?
No, it's still collapsed.
Okay.
If you want to go outside, there's something outside you can see.
Oh, that's a creature. That's new.
Yeah.
It's a
everyone go
cat!
outside.
I've
You
heard
can
of
see-
those. It's like rhymes, but like slightly bigger.
What the
This
hell?
cat
That's
is
a-
like
Just wait. Just wait.
nibbling at this.
He's just eating a corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him. You know what? He didn't have to hunt for that one, probably.
Ah, slight problem.
No, this no. Did not have to hunt for this.
Oh yeah. Oh, look
Guys,
at
slight problem.
Yeah.
that. Mhm.
Bridge is too big.
Well, how much bigger? How much smaller do you need it to be?
I can make a maximum of 40 feet. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. Yeah, because it's a frost mode thing, not a nature sphere thing. I don't get.
I need to
7
reload roll
past
20.
level.
I mean, we can. I mean, there's a way we can simply. I think there's a way we can make this work.
Roll 20 broke for
We
me.
still
for just
we
a
can
second.
still bring the bridge up.
Yeah. No. Here's the thing. Like, we can still do that. Well, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's probably just wildlife. I think.
Does anyone have knowledge
Tangletooth
nature?
looks over at you.
I do have knowledge nature. Is that a puma?
Are you making
that
fun
a-
of me?
No.
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no. So, Tangletooth looks over at you.
Angletooth?
Nope.
Oh, let me just
I mean, why do we know its name?
Baby.
Is that a Tangletooth or is that wait?
Oh no! Look at that nameplate.
Wait, is this? Does our ranger friend have an animal companion that we didn't know about? What?
And you hear from the forest. You hear Tangletooth. Where have you gotten off to?
Oh.
Oh wait, I can deal with this. They're right on the edge of the bridge.
Not again! Not again!
Well, no, Zek wouldn't do that.
The puma would live, the goblin would not.
The goblin would not.
Well, we also have to worry about the big seal that eats things down there.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Tango.
Yeah, no, that was the reason why.
Tangletooth, you know Goblin is bad for you.
Hey,
What?
he looks over and sees
Hey,
a
you.
horse.
hey, yeah, you. I have a question for you. Can you bring the bridge back up? Your boss is dead. We
So you're the ones who did this.
I mean,
Actually,
you
no,
guys
it was
did
the
your-
goblins that ran
Yeah, the
across the
goblin-
bridge.
Yeah, no, they cut the bridge, not us.
We didn't know it was trapped, actually. They trapped
Yeah,
themselves with
Yeah,
the
we
dogs.
took a boat.
We took a boat.
Listen, man, we they would not say that. Excuse me, we've been quite through the ringer today, and I know that you're likely a reasonable person. So how about we will simply leave, and we will not bother you.
There's so much stuff in this fucking place. We can't just do that.
Yeah, I know. This
Okay.
is for later. This is for later. We're gonna deal with this later.
Okay.
I don't know about y'all, but my horse really doesn't like this.
So, so, um,
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Like, at this point,
so
like, if you can have a way to
Dogma
Oh,
pulls out a gnarled stick and waves it around. Clearly, magic is happening.
I
And
cast
then
Glitter Dust.
the entire brush of this just like stretches over, stretches down, fetches the bridge, and stretches back to create a new bridge out of the old bridge.
all right, that's very helpful. Thank you. The poor fucking Tangletooth just starts running across the bridge to Holsec. Oh god.
They just slowly approach.
I kill
Yeah,
him
Ellen,
with
no.
lead.
So
I
you are the ones who did this.
Okay,
Ellen,
please. Okay. Oh no.
I ready a brace with my hammer.
All right. So I'm gonna be completely honest here. Listen, we're not a
I do
threat.
not appreciate the slaughter of my people. I do
First
not
off,
appreciate the looting of our homes.
you literally tried. You were planning to assault an entire town and do the exact same thing to us.
And I do appreciate that you got rid of that idiot piece of shit. So,
Which one? There it
we
is.
have some problems that we need to resolve. Because
We,
that is 3 points against 1. Wait. Whatever. Math.
I actually think
it,
it's 3 points on our side, one against you.
yeah, because we did it by ourselves. We took out the guy that you hate, and also we kind of have all of the things. But
We also have
the
Stickfor
matter
here.
is, we also have Stickfoot.
You. I appreciate that you did not kill Stick.
He's a very nice lizard. Listen,
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
he does bite a lot, though.
As geckos are wont to do.
That is a thing that they do.
Okay, so that is 4 points against 2, and you need to make up for those last 2 points. Okay.
Oh,
We
okay,
also killed the
what do you want?
Barghast that lived in your basement.
Yeah, we
What
killed
the
that.
fuck are you talking about?
There was a Barghast in your basement that was going to try and break out and do some stuff that was going to cause a lot of problems for you.
So we killed it.
Okay, so that is 5 points against 2.
No,
Oh, that's a
I do
bad
not
thing,
take
eh?
I do not take the murder of one of our heroes well.
he. All right, fair enough.
Hey, Ellen, as a move action, I
Understandable.
detect evil.
Evil.
No. We also killed that Longshank that was ordering you around.
Oh, okay, that is 5 points against 3.
Oh, never
You
mind.
still need to make up for those last 2 points.
We can teach you how to farm so you don't have to steal from people.
That is a point. I would very much appreciate that.
It's really basic. We have a ranger. We have an individual who knows how to do that.
What are you associating with the infamous elf?
We have other
yeah.
people who ain't her.
We have other people who aren't her who can teach you how to farm, so you don't
Okay,
have to
that's
rob
fine.
people.
That's fine. Okay, fine.
I mean,
Anyway.
I was bringing her up as a potential option if you want to try and mend relations, but I understand if you don't want to.
We also avoided anything to do with the little encampment you have on the other side of this bridge.
Yeah, we specifically avoided
That
your
is
encampment.
not a point. That is. You do not get points for not killing my people. Okay?
Fair enough.
Now, I've been trying to teach them how to survive in the wild, and they are idiots.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I want you to make up for that promise you just made and teach them that. Thank you very much. That is 1 point you have solved. Now, on to the next one.
we can try to settle negotiations with the town, so therefore you
What-
could have a steady supply of food instead
We-
on top of the farming.
We would
You
be
know what?
willing to. We essentially
You are
would be
talking
willing to
sense.
negotiate with the Longshanks to stop hunting you down.
Yeah.
Let us get to the negotiation table. It's this
Well,
way.
yeah. Okay. How about this? We'll do it in the middle of the bridge. I will be in the middle of the bridge because
What?
No,
here's the thing.
there's literally a table called the negotiation table.
Oh
Ah.
wait, what?
Tangletooth, get the negotiation table.
Tangletooth just drags a table.
I imagine Tangletooth and fucking Shadow Mist are having a stare down right now. Like,
Yeah. Wonderful.
fun fact, by the way, when you're mounted on a horse, the entirety of the horse's square counts as mine. He's within melee range.
We're not killing him. He's just a
I'm
fucking-
just saying.
We're
Avoid-
not.
And Tangletooth, avoid the dogs. Since Beelbum left, they've been rabid.
Oh, Beetlebum's just downstairs.
Yeah,
She's with
fine.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's fine.
She's with us.
Ah,
She decided to tag along with us. It was a whole thing.
I think she was taking a nap.
that only makes sense because you seem like some of those people. Anyway.
We currently have.
Can we use Beetlebum as a point? Can we...
Can we use not killing an important goblin as a point in our favor?
In fairness, I almost did kill her, but you know, she might also be a demon.
Listen, she's a good bean. She's fine.
She's a good devil.
Good. He's a good bean. Okay, so we have a rock. Okay, that works. Moss rock.
I
Perfect.
think-
Moss is
Hey,
pointing
Aaron.
north.
Tangletooth comes back carrying a rock on her back.
Fucking
Hey, Ellen.
Jesus, that...
My roll 20 keeps breaking.
You're worried about the structural integrity of this. Bring any more? Bring like.
I mean, here's the
300
thing.
people on here.
It's being held up by magic. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, my roll 20 keeps breaking.
Oh, what happened?
The map keeps freezing. Just the map.
I know.
Okay.
Same.
Same? Do you want to turn off dynamic lighting?
Yeah, I might want to turn off dynamic lighting because at this point we've pretty much explored everything.
Fine. Whatever. I'll do that. You have
Ellen says in the goblin voice.
branches.
Alright.
Goblin goes over to a fucking
oh.
light switch. Flip.
So
There we
it's pretty simple. We
There you go.
we have a couple people from the town that are probably we can get a couple of farming manuals, and we can probably bring a couple people out here. It should be pretty easy. I mean, we've basically saved their town from being invaded, so they should be willing to at least heed some of our advice. And Beetlebum is alive and well.
Oh, thank fuck. Tell her to get back up here and calm her dog.
I am going to say that she probably does look a bit different, mostly because of a whole thing that happened in the basement.
She's always been ugly. That's why we call her long hair.
Okay, that's very mean to say to her. She's very pretty.
Excuse you and your terrible beauty standards.
You know what? I will not. You know what? We all have different tastes, and that's completely understandable.
And she looks like shit.
They're more
Zach.
into women. They're more into women who look like Private, bald and angry.
Yep.
So, I believe that's enough points to make up on our own favor.
No. We are doing a proper negotiations. This was just introductions.
Okay.
Sit down.
I am sitting down. Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm already doing this.
I love that this entire conversation is being done with Yagura's in the back, just like whatever, with two Yeth Hound skulls floating next to her.
Listen, it's fine.
you are required to bring a witness from your side. Tangletooth would be mine.
Freya looks at Yaganos because I'm on a horse.
Alright, I'll go.
Yagadas, I require your assistance. Thank you.
We are all to swear an oath. We will agree to these negotiations. The oath will be sworn like thus. He holds out a like branch, and he like snaps his fingers, does a few sounds, spell gestures, stuff like that, and it catches on fire.
Is this man trying to put a Gios on me?
No. He just cast. What was it? Let me cast the spell from his sheet and also make you able to see his actions. Never whisper rolls. There we go.
You know, it'd be a great spell. I realize that I need to get into that.
Shit. No, he cast Spark. He cast Spark. He has Spark today. And he like the branch begins. Okay, hold this one.
Sure.
The branch begins to burn down. Okay.
What do I need to do with it? Okay.
It starts to burn down onto your hand.
Is he trying to fuck with? What's he trying to do?
You should be at full health, by the way, Zach.
This is a pact we're making to negotiate fairly and in good faith among fellow, not goblinoids, but
people.
Yeah. And acid starts almost like it starts hurting you, and then he's like, "Okay, now we can throw it away."
Okay. Ow. Zach.
We must share in the fire.
Ow. Okay. That's fine. That's good. That's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Now, let the negotiations begin.
Okay, you already know what I'm going to offer.
No, that was a cliffhanger.
Oh, okay.
Cliffhanger!
That's the end. Cliffhanger!
Sorry.
Next time on Rise of the
On the
runelords.
wacky adventures of Dungeons Done Quick.
Freya, notably, is sitting here on her horse with hammer and ready. Just be like, give me the word and I'll just go over and beat him. But okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, Yaganos was like, you sure like making deals, man. We didn't have to do this.
Zach is a nice person.
Zach is a nice person.
Listen, Zach, let me put this into perspective here. Zach wants to find long-term solutions. If we just kill the goblins, another goblin tribe is just gonna come back and try to do it again.
From Yaganos' perspective, this is ours now.
Oh no, yeah, it is. But like another goblin tribe is gonna come around, and then they're gonna try and fuck around, and then someone else is gonna have to deal with it when we can simply just not have that happen.
I agree with Zach. Zach has a great point. Freya's just on a horse that is seeing a goblin, and the horse is pissed.
Yeah, no, the horse hates the goblin, and the goblin hates the horse. Yes, all is natural.
You're right. Yaganos is just like, whatever. Like,
Yaganos is impatient. I know.
This is long.
Listen,
Gogmut is the spiritual leader of his tribe, and has been shut out by this fucking warrior king. He's trying his best to be accommodating to the people who just killed 90%
and
of
he's
his tribe.
evil, but he's willing to sit down and talk, and that's better than anything else Zach has gotten thus far today.
You know what?
Also,
you know what's
he's like a level 5 druid. So like he knows he's got shit.
You know, point for us though. I'm gonna be real with you. We didn't kill all of them.
No, just 90%.
Listen, we killed a lot of them because, well, here's the thing. Most of them were on the Warrior King side anyway, though. That's the thing. We killed the Warrior King faction.
The funny thing, We didn't do anything for the ones on the bridge. Like,
Yeah. They just went to
Yeah.
the other side, and that was fucking it. Like, we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
So you
no,
killed
like
some people on that bridge.
we might have, but like a lot of them
Okay,
just
so
fell.
no,
like
no,
dumbasses.
Ellen, remember, they went across the bridge, and then when they realized shit was happening, they came back across the bridge, but they all came at once, which made the bridge trap happen, and the bridge fell, and they fell into the water.
Yeah, but then you sniped some people off that bridge.
that's
We did
That
do
was
that.
Shalelu. That was Shalelu.
Zach also did
Yeah.
that.
Zach did help in that, and that's why.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I apologize for
No,
Zach
it's
being
okay,
the worst
like-
kind of neutral good, in the fact that they are willing to sit down and have negotiations.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for literally every other party member.
No,
Zach is
yeah,
doing the right thing.
yeah, no, you're doing the right thing. Yagaros is just like, don't
He's
make
just-
another deal that's like actively against us.
Yeah, no, Zach is going to be reasonable with this one. The only reason why Zach made the bad
Yeah, no.
deal was because Lyrie's a huge bitch.
Yeah.
I don't use
Um,
that word lightly. She's horrible. I don't like her.
Yeah, she's terrible. GOG mode is like GOG mode knows that you could kill him.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
he could
like
he could
Gogmer.
probably try to kill one of you, but he probably wouldn't succeed. GOG knows you could kill him, but also he's trying to get reparations first. He's trying to fix
exactly.
this tribe back together.
Yeah, and Zach is like, "Hey, we can make you into a functioning society.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, that sounds great.
Not
Fantastic.
have to eat dirt and shovel shit into a hole."
You know what? As long as you don't try to push writing on us, that sounds good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't read from. Yeah, no, you can get a tutor. It's fine.
Oh, nope, no writing.
Yeah. Would you mind if someone was to read out loud?
Okay. Just don't, no writing.
We're done, by the way. Sorry, I
Yeah,
spaced
no,
out for a
session's
minute.
over.
This has been
Yeah.
Rise of the Rune Lords. I'm ending the recording now. Bye.
Bye. Have a
night.
nice
Zero
night,
money
day.
and Hatter too.
Bye.
Thank you.